And hello, everybody, and welcome to week 42 of the Crystal Crusaders. I am your DM, Brad, joined as always by my lovely players. Although, slightly less of them than usual. I still have 3, and that is enough for me. So, we are going to get things kicked off here. And before we get right into the action, I believe Morten, seeing as you haven't been here and been able to do it in a while, you were volunteered by the by the cast to do the recap for this week. So, without further ado, if you do not mind, tell us what happened last time on Storm King's Thunder.
We started off outside the castle as Alquill was being chased down by a bunch of hill giants. As far as we know, he come out bruised and battered. Uh, Sir Alamir and Sirak Thunderbeard ran up to assist him and blocked the doorway and got Alquill back on his feet. And as Alquill was back on his feet, to proper, Alamir and Sirak ran into the dungeon to face off the hill giant coming in after. Without noticing, there came wyverns ridden by hobgoblins as air support, attacking Alquill and Alexi from the outside, as well as Hagnar. Hagnar. I don't remember the name. Anyway, outside and Hashtag yes. As everything was taken care of, one of the wyverns with the hobgoblin escaped with Alexia throwing fly on Hashtag and having Alquill on the shoulder trying to chase down the wyvern but couldn't get so. We went back to camp. And I went back and got all together. We flew out of sight of the castle for a little bit to reconvene and figure out the game plan further. As we all have rested up, and then we left back into the fray. We went into the dungeon, into the castle, and got in that, like, we walked down a little path. Hashtag first, we figured out we could boost up Hashtag, so buffing him up and getting him ready to go. We entered deeper into the dungeon where we found a pig pen full of what was it in there again? Hobgoblins and not hobgoblins. And what's his face again? His name, the two-headed Etin. Yeah, there was a two-headed Etin down here that was taking care of all the pigs that was here after dealing a quick blow with Hashnag throwing both Alquill and Sirak into the fray and beating him up pretty quickly. We found some prison cells and freed the prisoners, as well as we found our lost companion, Lucas Wormwood, knocked out, unconscious, and naked in one of the rooms. And after talking between each other, we ended the session there, and here we are now.
Yes, indeed. So we pick things off after a brief moment. You've kind of regrouped, managed to sort of raise Lucas from his unconsciousness, and he has rejoined you, weapon in hand. Although he is again lacking in all of his other useful equipment, he's not literally naked. He has his sort of small clothes on, but other than that, he is without any sort of equipment, and he is definitely without his precious bag of holding, in which the party has placed most of their collected wealth so far, though not by their choice. So let us get right back here, flip over to here, and we shall continue forth. So, we will say it's probably been we'll say 15, 20 minutes, all said and done, freeing all these prisoners, getting everybody gathered up, escorting the people that needed to sort of leave the cave and all that, and you are now kind of regrouped together, and you
Yes.
are free to continue to peruse the cave.
There was a stairway going down this way. Will say, and we'll start immediately moving towards like the stairway over there that way.
All right.
The one that's going.
Yeah,
I think
well,
it went down.
No, it was going up.
Oh, it was going up. Yes.
Yeah, you're sort of at the bottom, and there's another ramp that kind of goes up. So you're like in like a pit or whatever. All right, yeah. So you head off. Let's go delete this here for now. And this Uthgard tribesman kind of like follows after you, looking around. He sees the bugbear kind of crushed against the wall nearby, and like runs over, kind of like scavenging this like spear from off of his body, like grabbing the spear.
Yes. And I gave him 3 javelins as well last time.
Yes, indeed. I assume the rest of you are following after Elquil.
Of course.
Harshnag is going to take up the rear and keep an eye on things. All right, so yeah, you guys can basically make it. We'll say you're kind of like making your way up the ramp here.
Yeah.
Assume I'm following, or I'm not able to do so.
Okay. Harshnag barely. This ramp is made for a giant, so he sort of like takes up the full brunt of it at the back here. Yeah, you can see it goes up and then kind of like rounds a corner up ahead.
Okay. I'll walk up to like the corner, trying to be as quiet as possible. So I'm gonna roll my stealth check.
All right.
Well,
yeah, you can go ahead and try, certainly. All right, so making your way up as quietly as you can. Again, sort of the heavy armor interfering with your ability to do so. However, on the other side, you what's your passive perception? 12. You can hear sounds like as you're approaching. It sounds like conversation, although you can't quite make out what's being said. It's sort of like, you know, normal like talking level volume that's kind of like echoing the cave, and that's why you're able to hear it. And then occasionally you hear this like sort of kind of like squelching noise, and the sound of like something heavy like thudding into like a wooden slab or something of the likes, like a heavy axe blade hitting a wooden table, and then this like squelching noise, and then there's also some sort of like kind of like, I guess, barking almost that you hear, but not quite. There's something weird about it.
barking. Okay. Okay. So it's like...
And as you're getting up to the corner, like kind of going to peer about, suddenly like there's this shaking, and a bunch of like dust and like loose soil kind of like shakes loose from the ceiling, and you hear this like echoing, booming cry that seems to ring out from like somewhere up above you, shouting, "I'm hungry!"
That's Chief Guh, I'm assuming.
Are you sure? All the giants kind of sound the same.
That is racist.
They do!
That is very racist. Do you think Harshnag sounds like that? Huh?
Hill giants, then. Sorry.
We'll just. Well, I'll like put my back up against the wall and I like peek around the corner essentially.
Okay.
Hate you so much for.
Let me see that these guys have. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Alexei, you still have the light right here, kind of still relying on that light that you have.
I'll take your word for it.
Well, I believe you can't see otherwise, so. Right, yeah. So as you kind of like peek around the corner, Algo, you can make out in the distance the sort of like hunched over form of what is obviously to you a goblin of some sort, like rummaging around through the dirt. But as your companions are sort of like getting closer, and you see the light kind of like pouring over your shoulder, the goblin sort of like turns its head towards you. You're not entirely sure if it sees you exactly, but it like definitely notices that something is like approaching and begins to sort of like scurry backwards out of sight.
All right, let's there's like there's goblins there. Attack. I'm moving around right now, so I'll roll initiative once I'm back to my PC.
Sure thing. Yeah, if you guys are just gonna like run into the room, then we'll just roll initiative here.
I could see if we could throw a hammer at it, but sure. Initiative.
I mean, if we're attacking it, he obviously noticed us, so I'm assuming if we attack it, it's going to be initiative. I'm going to attack it.
Yeah.
Okay, roll 20. Let's play the game.
Nice. The game. What? No character found. Bullshit. Wow. Impressive. Come on, people. Let's get some music going here.
Alright. I
One
am
of the
back to the
two-
computer. Sorry about
battle
that.
songs.
Had to just quickly do some stuff. Well, I actually rolled okay initiative.
All my monsters rolled terribly. Yay. So we have Zurich, we have Harshnag, we have Elquil. I need to roll for this Tribal Warrior. And nice. I'm just getting all the ones out of the way. Just all of them. Every single one.
Please no. Let there be more.
No more ones. And then I just need Alexei. Looks like.
Yep. If I can.
Alexei with his toaster.
Go hard or go home, toaster style. So
I feel like even though it lags me to do so, it would probably be faster. Oh, there we go. It's a good thing we're not
You were
using.
saying, Brad?
It's a good thing we're not using these like convoluted cheats in fucking Dragon Heist. Holy crap!
Yeah,
They just lag so much. As nice as they are, they just.
that's nice. Yeah, the cons have outweighed the pros. Definitely.
So,
We're in the
Al
deep.
Quill,
Yes.
you are the first to act in this situation as you see this goblin like turning to like run basically as it notices somebody approaching.
Yep. I don't have any way to like stealthily hit it from here, so I'm just going to. Oh shit!
Yes, and as you run around the corner, charging after this goblin that you see, you can see the room opens up, and you see there's sort of like a river that has like punched a hole in the wall and is creating a stream that runs through here with a crude log bridge spanning the waterway. And then on the other side, there are a number of blood-stained, splattered wooden tables. And you see currently at one of them, there is a hill giant wielding this like large kind of like hatchet, which is like buried neck deep in what appears to be a rather large fattened up pig. And behind this hill giant, picking up scraps of flesh that the giant is sort of peeling off of this pig's carcass, is this large creature, which you recognize. You fought one before. It is an otiug, this sort of like multi-tentacled like sewer dog beast.
Yes, we fought it in the sewers of Luskan.
Yes.
Yes.
And as you sort of round the corner and everybody like takes a notice, the giant slams its axe into the table and you see it has a great club like leaned up against it, and it kind of like points.
Yep. I am going to. There's no one that's within range of my attack, so I'm just going to take a dodge action.
Very well.
It's gonna scream from the top of your lungs like a little girl.
No, I'm just gonna take a dodge action. Stand my ground here.
Alexei.
Are you able to see anything, James? Or is it just like extremely laggy for you? Is that
Kinda. All right, let's see. I'm done uploading that GIF. Maybe I can move a bit more now. Let's see.
Stop uploading GIFs.
Why were you uploading GIFs?
Why? This is cursed, dude. Just delete the whole, like, holy crap. I need to delete. How do I delete other people's Discords?
What you talk? What's wrong with it? What's wrong with it?
Oh my god, that is like.
Oh, man.
Morton, come on, man. That's not cool. That's for fucking Schindler's List, dude.
Why does he have that GIF on tap? I don't even like.
Why do you have that GIF ready?
Anyways, back to the game.
Anyway.
Alexei's turn.
Didn't I just search and point gun on the GIF, and that was like the third one there. I was like, oh!
I'm trying to. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, hello.
I'm trying to move a square. Give me a second.
You've moved several squares on my screen.
Where you moved 25 feet.
You've already moved most of your squares.
Hello? Browser?
Hello, this is browser.
Hello. This is
Do you want me
browser.
to stream? Do you want me to stream the game for you again?
It's like so sad that he has such a hard time connecting to Roll20. I just don't get it.
Think I'm. Wait. I moved a square.
You've moved many squares.
You moved many squares, James.
What browser are you using, man?
Chrome.
How is that? How are you having?
Have
so
you
much
like
difficulty?
restarted your PC ever, or like restarted Chrome ever?
But
Yeah.
actually, from when I was at James's place, the amount of tabs he has opened.
Oh well, there's your fucking problem. Do you know how much freaking RAM
you know
Google
Chrome
Chrome
uses
when you have
per
tabs
tab?
open? Yeah.
It makes a separate process for each tab. Remember, eating up your CPU.
There's your fucking problem. Oh man. That's why you have to have a add-on that like,
Yeah, the Great Suspender is what I'm
Yeah.
using.
or just don't have 5 million tabs open and use
Or
bookmarks
don't have,
instead.
yeah. If you either if you want to have 5 million tabs open in Chrome, you have to have an add-on. If you want to have 5 million tabs open, like you either use Chrome with an add-on or you use Firefox.
I use Firefox and I have like 20 tabs open.
Yeah. Firefox works. With, oh, he's James.
Hello. So, for some reason, it said that I was in Mutants and Masterminds, not D&D, and then the tab crashed.
Nice.
Yeah.
For the screen share.
Yes.
Do I have to open his character sheet? Is that what we're coming to?
Seems like it.
Yep.
Alright, cool.
Is this
Or
the
if you could
end?
also open, Reorc's companion cards, I can see what his abilities are. That'd be grand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Technical
His
difficulties.
passive gives you +2 initiative. Once per encounter, you can use Zephyr Strike, which makes it so that you can walk an extra 10 feet. You do not provoke attacks opportunity, and you make an extra attack if you take the attack action on your turn.
Good.
And then he has one range attack left, and that he can use it to cast Alarm, Snare, Fog Cloud, Long Strider, Find Traps, or Lesser Restoration.
Alright, so I should be initiative 13.4.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's not going to change your position. In the...
Position. Because it goes from me at 20 to you at 11.02.
Alright, man. Cool.
So you
I don't know
moved. You moved from this square to this. So you moved 30 feet.
Alright, excellent. I don't think I'm able to see what's ahead, am I? Unless it's lit.
There's light coming from this, and there's light coming from this. This light, I think, ends around here, so you don't see the goblin. But I think you can see the giant barely through the light there.
I Aim at the big giant-looking mound of flesh, and fire a firebolt.
Very well. Oh yeah, the giant is sort of dimly illuminated by the torchlight there. So,
Just you and me, Briork. We got this.
fire a bolt. Wow. A 17
Firebolt, dude.
for 14 points of damage. That is a hit. Sailing over the table and the pig carcass into the giant's sort of chest. Anything else? Well, let's
Nope.
move into action. So there we go. Harshnag.
He's playing with himself.
You see, he's sort of like holding his great axe in one hand. Begins to stride forward, and he says, "Worry not, Sir Dwarf. I shall convey you into battle." And he comes over and like reaches to like pick you up. Do you allow him to pick you up?
Oh yeah, I just
All right. So he like sort of grabs you in his free arm, sort of like lifting you up towards his shoulder. And so he is going to move his full movement to here, and then he is going to dash to here, right next to Alkil, and then he is going to sort of set you down wherever you wish to be, I guess, in this situation. You want to be like behind or down there, yeah, wherever you wish to be let off.
Yeah, first I need to see what's going on around here. I'll just like jump down right next to Alquill.
Okay. And then it is your turn.
That's 60 feet, 60 feet. Okay, I'll move up 20 feet, up. I'll move 25 feet up there. I'll move there, actually. Oh, there's a tiny.
Yes,
Sacred
there's-
flame, sacred flame, tiny.
All right, Sacred Flame against the Goblin.
Yes.
Dexterity save from that Goblin manages to succeed, ducking out of the way of the flame at the last second. Anything else?
No, I guess that's about it.
All right.
Or
The heel giant is going to reach over, grabbing his club that he is leaning against the table, lifting it like menacingly into the air, and he says, "Come, boy, slub no like intruders in larder." And he is going to stumble forward around the table with this sort of like Otyugh barking at his heels. And he's going to move like so. As he moves out from behind the table, you see that he has what appears to be like a necklace on, but rather than like a gem or some sort of like setting at the bottom, it is tied to the pommel of what appears to be like a wooden, like almost like a big like hammer or something. Although the decorativeness of the design doesn't suggest that it is a weapon of any sort. Though it bears similarity in size and bulk to like a warhammer, it doesn't seem as though it would be useful for that kind of thing. It seems to be made of wood. And as he strides forward, he's going to move to there, grabbing reaching into a bag and pulling out this like small stone, and throwing it at Xeric.
why me?
Because you're the closest.
Because fuck you, that's why.
But it just flies wild, slamming into the ceiling.
I'm not even
and, like,
moving. I'm
knocking pieces loose. Like he's just like completely whiffed. All right. The goblins, I believe you can barely see. There appears to be a ladder at the other side of the room, Alquil. And several of the goblins are climbing up it very slowly. You notice that the rungs are spaced apart in such a way that they're like pretty distant. So they're kind of like having a hard time climbing up it, doing so very slowly. However,
Oh.
with their bonus dash here, this one basically you see one of them kind of like climbs up to the top, and then there's like another one at the bottom, and then another one
How far up is to the top?
about 40 feet or so. It's not very tall.
Okay.
The ceiling here is 30 feet. This other goblin, though, is going to pull out its bow and kind of reinforce here.
Shit, I should have dashed further so I could get closer.
See, there's like a goblin at the top and kind of like a goblin at the bottom. And the rest of goblins are going to run. This one just like runs underneath the table. And I think they basically all just fire at the giant, seeing it as the biggest threat. Literally. So
I will impose disadvantage on the first one.
okay,
In that range.
first one then misses, and then the other three. Ooh, one of them gets one of them gets in there. 7 points of damage. But the other ones all miss, plinking against his plate mail armor to no avail. That is the goblins. Then we have the tribal warrior is just going to spend his turn dashing with his spear, shouting again in his sort of kind of like tribal language. And then last but not least, we have the Otyug. Which is going to move up. What's its speed? 30? It sort of slinks underneath the table, you see, and is going to sort of pose up next to the hill giant, sort of like rearing back as if ready to attack. Aquil.
There's a ladder about 120 feet forward. I says there. The goblins are climbing it. Harshnag, can you get me closer?
And he says, I certainly can.
Right.
He's gonna throw you into the wall or something.
And I says like, I am going to prepare a ray of frost to fire onto towards the goblin who's like closest to the top.
Okay.
When I get within range. I'll move also up in front of Harshnag. Just like there. And that will be my turn.
Very good. Alexei.
I'll move forward 30 feet. Don't leave me!
Alright, so you move just like, do you want to move like next to the Harshnag there? Like,
Yep.
right there. So. Sounds good.
I think the giant is still in range.
Yeah,
of
he's
that
still
light.
still within range of the light.
Pyaw! Right
It'll
towards
roll
the
in
big
to-
lard ball. Yeah, firebolt right towards the big lard ball.
Alright. Oh, why am I on the dynamic lighting layer? Firebolto. Firebolto!
And look at 4 of that HP of his. So low.
Nice. 22 hits for 13 points of fire damage. Not bad.
Woo!
Firebolto.
Little
Fear my
rookie.
cantrips.
Fire a bolt.
Alright, then for Harshnag's turn, he is going to sort of reaching down, scoops you up with one hand, placing you up on his other shoulder as he runs forward. 40 feet.
20 feet.
So, what's the range of Ray of Frost?
It's 60.
60,
Fuck, I need 10
just out of
10
just out of range. So in that case, he can't melee anyone from this position, anyways. So he will spend his action dash, just kind of like running over and like past this goblin, and then sort of you there, still kind of like on his shoulder at this point.
Yes. Alright, I will fire my Ray of Frost. Yes!
Woo!
Crit!
All right, so that easily like blasts the goblin, who begins to like sort of like freeze solid as it's hit by this ray, and then it kind of like falls. Let me go ahead and so
Hits the guy under as well, doesn't he?
that goblin is blasted, like falls off the ladder. The other goblin, who's still like climbing, doesn't really realize what's going on, and then looks up and suddenly is like slammed by this like goblin ice statue essentially, and the both of them plummet into the ground, and the other goblin is crushed underneath the falling goblin.
Good job, Harshnag, I say.
Smash.
Double kill.
You just hear like, ah!
Yep. Well, they're not going to be warning anyone else. Hopefully.
Zurich.
Yeah, I'm gonna run out here, 'cause, stubby legs. Oh, Sacred Flame. Let's take that one.
Right. Ooh, no. So your Sacred Flame catches this goblin, who like screams, like trying to pat out these like celestial flames before finally like diving into the water. But at this point, it realizes that this is an actual fire, and it just sort of like is scorched to death by this luminous fire in the river, and begins like slowly floating away.
So, quick question. Did I get inspiration for the...
Yes.
Okay. There's not much more I can do. Like... No.
All right.
It's not much. I'm just gonna mark my inspiration. And, yeah, that's not much else I can do.
The hill giant. Let's see if it moves here. Yep. Okay. Cool. So it's going to run up.
No, not
and
cool.
he's going to attack. Harshnag. Twice with its great club.
Oh shit! Yeah, I should have. Well,
Unfortunately.
too late.
Yeah. So the first one will hit for 15 points bludgeoning damage as it catches Harshnag in the side of his like armor. But the second one, he like puts the axe up to block it and kind of like, deflects it aside. Then the goblins, who are currently like all scurrying around, they had their bows drawn. They kind of drop them, pulling out scimitars, and they begin like hacking at Harshnag's legs. Basically, this one is going to fire a shot at Zurich with its bow. So we'll start with.
I'm not going to do anything yet.
All right. So the bow shot at Zurich misses, and then the first scimitar, and then the second. All those will miss. All right, this guy, he is going to run up his 30 feet, and as he does so, you see he sort of draws back with one of the javelins. I believe he's within range. Yeah, so he draws back with one of the javelins and sort of unleashes it at this giant with this sort of like blood-curdling battle cry. Nope. It just flies wide. The Otyug is going to move up a little bit to within range.
I'm going to use protection if it attacks Harshnag.
Yeah, it looks as though it is going for him. So, in that case, makes 3 attacks, 1 with its bite, and 2 with its tentacles. So first, it is going to lash out with the tentacles.
Yeah, I'll protect that.
Protect on that one. That is a miss. The second one is a miss. And then it has to move a little bit closer here. To make the bite attack, which is also a miss, just sort of biting into the heavy metal greaves. Harshnag kind of like kicks it away like an unwanted dog. Alquil.
All right. I'll aim for the giant and shoot a ray of frost. Since I'm currently not exactly. I'm imagining I'm on top of or I am on top of his shoulders. I imagine I'm not within melee range of anything right now.
Oh yeah, because you're up like 15, 16, 17
Yep.
feet.
So I fire at the hill giant, ray of frost.
A 13, unfortunately, your ray kind of goes wide, striking the stream from this angle and kind of like freezing a portion of it before it like breaks apart and begins drifting away.
Yeah.
And
that's me.
That is all. Then we are on to Alexei.
Yeah.
At this point, the giant is now kind of in the darkness, and you can't really see much of what's going on. The two light sources, you can see like the shadowy figures in the middle, obviously, but like the light isn't illuminating them, so they are in darkness.
Well, I move forward 30 feet since I have light up then.
Okay. And the light from you goes 40 feet total.
Which the
So,
giant
yes.
is now within.
It is now in dimly lit. You see
Firebolt to the
giant.
head! The head! Cold shot head!
Okay. Firebolt
Minus
at the
6.
head.
I believe.
Nope. With that -5 penalty there, the bolt flies wide, just barely missing the giant's maw.
Darn.
Then Harshnag. He is going to. Let's see, he's within range, right? Yep. Okay. And he says, I will leave my lesser kin to you. Let me take care of this mongrel. And he is going to swing at the Otyug.
The what?
The Otyug. The tentacle thing. This thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that is the thing that we fought in that sewer at one time.
Yep.
Well, I think it's dead.
Twice for 47 points of damage. No, it's couple of pretty stocky blows, but the creature is kind of like reels, but is still mostly in the fight.
Yeah, remember the one we fought in the sewer, we didn't kill it, we just scared it off.
Man, we suck.
Zurich.
Yeah, he's gonna. Yeah, so I'm gonna run up here and battle axe the shit out of this guy.
Go for it.
Wah! Swung. Miss wide.
Unfortunately, that will miss, yes. Even without their shields.
I'll be a butt this time. On myself.
What is this thing next to me, by the way?
Greyhawk.
What?
He's a tribal warrior.
He is a
Oh, him!
Uthgard.
He's one of the prisoners we freed.
I forgot about him.
Greyhawk. Mordenkainen in disguise.
Yeah.
Gryhark, but okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Greyhawk.
Mhm.
I misheard it as Greyhawk the first time.
All right, the giant.
So what does he do?
He
Misses with
throws-
javelins.
We gave him a javelin. He took a spear from one of the bugbears. He fights.
Ah. Well, at least he can
He's-
probably take a hit.
Yeah, he said in his not in his Utgard speech that like he will avenge himself on his captors. So that's why
Mhm.
I just gave him the javelins.
The hill giant says, shouts out at Harshnag and says, "Leave Slug's pet alone!" Swinging at it.
I
with
will
the...
protect.
Right.
Leave Slug Pet alone.
It's probably the same one. That we fought in the
Alright.
sewers.
I wasn't going to say anything, but...
That will miss. And then the second swing also misses.
There's
Harshnag
only
easily
one
parries the blow.
Otyug.
Yes, only one. It is the Otyug.
It is the Otyug.
There is only one, and he will follow us.
And then the giant sort of like scowls and he says, "Frost yielding shiny metal skin."
He is indeed wearing armor.
Then the goblins. This one is going to swing at you in retaliation, Xeric.
Oh no.
Then one of them is going to cut at Harshnag's legs, and the last one is going to fire an arrow at, let's say, at Alexei. She's in the back there.
Whatever
So
shall I do?
against you, Alexei, the short bow shot
Yep.
just flies wide, misses, flying into the darkness. The scimitar attack against Xeric. Ooh, 23
Oh, it actually
for
hits.
6 points of damage and a DC 10 Constitution saving throw. And then the
What?
other, while you're concentrating on a spell. And then the
Oh,
other
right,
scimitar misses.
Fucking me and that fucking constitution. I have
You
no
and
idea
your-
why that.
You and your weird saves that don't roll themselves.
These fucking. Why did
You know what?
have?
Huh?
Did you heal yourself at some point? Because why did your health just suddenly shoot up?
Because I clicked the wrong way. I was
Oh,
going
okay.
to 50, so I was writing wrong, and then I was trying to click the other thing.
All right.
I'll use my fucking inspiration. I don't want to fucking waste my
Alright.
spell like that.
Very good.
Is the save and a check for you the same?
Yeah, he's not proficient.
Okay.
Right.
You
The
can get more mage.
Luthgard. He was given 3 javelins. Although, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, he's just going to pull the spear and run at the giant. Wading through the water of the river slowly, and then stabbing at the giant's legs. Spear two-handed. Nope.
Roll the 5 again.
All right, the Otyug kind of recoils from Harshnag, kind of almost kind of like whimpering, like a beaten dog, and as it does so, it is going to kind of move past this goblin, kind of like pushing its way through here, and let's see. I think I can. So it moves, it moves past here, through around here. Harshnag does get an attack of opportunity against it as it moves. So he will swing. X definitely nails it as it tries to run again, sort of like whimpering in pain. And then the Otyug is going to turn to this sort of smaller prey in front of it and attack this. Hopefully to a bit better effect. So, against you, Xeric. Tentacle.
I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going.
A 15 will miss you.
Yes.
Second tentacle also misses you. And then the bite. 22.
Just hits me.
You take 11 piercing damage.
Yes.
And I would like you to make a Constitution saving throw. Okay.
Doesn't make a second one for the spell.
Yes, and another one for your spell there.
Oh.
Yep, you're good. Elquil, back to
All
you.
right. Ray of Frost on the giant.
Oof. Oof.
And 7 damage from Lucas.
Oof. 26 points of cold damage.
That's gotta hit.
And 7 necrotic
Wow.
damage.
From Lucas.
That's a hell of a flurry of frost.
Oof.
Christ.
Anything else?
No, I feel like this is working fine.
Twenty-
Sorry, I think for that.
Alexei. You can now
Um,
see the Otyug as well has kind of run into your vision, in the shadowy vision.
Firebolt on the giant. Headshot, cold shot to the head.
Okay. Uh, 19 minus 5 is still a hit. So you just blast him right in the face with this fire.
Cold shot. Does the cold shot do anything?
Yeah, you did damage.
Yeah,
Does it do more damage?
I don't think it does.
No.
So you're doing cold shot to the face, where you lose 5 to attack, but it does the same damage.
Yes, the point of the cold shot is if the giants were wearing armor, then we have to hit the unarmored places.
Yeah, I know. But this guy's wearing any
Nah,
armor?
just let him do it. No, he's not wearing any armor.
No, the hill giants have not been wearing any armor.
I've been misunderstanding that this whole time.
I was like,
Yeah. This is not The Witcher, James.
Shot
Headshot.
4.
All right, Harshnag.
Don't make me make another anime gif.
Harshnag is going to go goblin golfing.
Oh my god.
Boom. Boom.
That's what we're calling it now, is it?
He tees up. One goblin. Toong, just catapulted against the wall over here.
Splat.
Splat.
why doesn't he aim at the giant? Get some extra damage there.
Because that's not how it works.
That's not
Sadly.
how it's worked. Unfortunately, in reality, these goblins are just eviscerated by the great axe as it hits them.
Yes.
And
All
then
next.
the other goblin. Ooh. Tricky little bugger. He's just duck out of the way.
God damn it, Harshnag.
And then
This
he's going
will be an
to.
hashtag miss.
He'll take a step forward here.
Or are you just
Kind
gonna
of
be on Harshnag's
Getting
shoulders
up
this whole
a little
fight?
bit closer.
I feel like
I'm doing fine.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in between a rock and a hard place.
I mean,
At least
friend.
one of the things is on your side.
Yeah.
Yeah. The hard
Xeric.
place, it's the hard place is the good thing here.
Harshnag's
Could
really
this-
happy to see you.
Yeah.
Could disengage because it can't move
Yeah.
through Harshnag square because Harshnag is
Yeah.
only one size category.
But then it might attack Alexei because it wants to get away from Harshnag, so I'm not taking that chance.
Thank you.
Swinging
So-
at the Altioga then.
Yes.
That is a hit. 12 points of slashing damage. Is it again sort of like makes this like weird like whimpering squealing noise as it gets hit.
It looks like it's gotten bruises, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks pretty like bloodied.
Yeah.
Right. The giant. Sort of lifts its great club into the air, screaming, and he says, "No, no, leave her alone!" And he's going to bring.
Is it attacking Harshnag or is it attacking Xeric?
It is attacking Xeric.
Ah, damn it! I can't do anything.
You
Visor.
should have been on the under shoulder, shouldn't you?
Even then, I'm 15 feet up in the air.
I know. I'm just
Maybe we should get like Harshnag like a belly pouch so he can carry you around like a baby kangaroo.
So that hits you for 21 points of bludgeoning damage, and a DC 10 still Constitution saving throw.
yeah, just give me a second. That fucking hurt.
Giants, man.
All right,
Giants.
you're good.
Yeah, remember I had the one that crit me. You know?
Second
Yeah, I know.
swing.
On disadvantage.
Yes. That is my
Cool.
AC. So
Another 13 points of bludgeoning damage. That's
Ouch.
two ones and a 6 on the damage,
Well,
and then
we can keep healthy
another
there.
another DC 10 con save.
yeah.
All right, you're good there. So that's
Got
the giant. The goblins. This one is going to run in there, and this one is going to run there. and they are going to sort of see this team up on you, trying to take advantage of this momentary weakness.
Why is everyone attacking me?
Because they see
I'm like-
they
But neither of them
I'm
can
literally-
get past your armor.
I'm literally the tiniest guy in this room that's on the opposite side. I mean, what the fuck?
That's why they're attacking you. You look least threatening.
That's Alexei.
Nope. Moving on. The Otyug.
Or I might need some boots on the ground to help here.
The Otyug turns to you, Xeric, having suffered your attack, and in anger lashes out at you once more with its tentacle. Tentacle. Nope, misses. And then another one swipes by, snatching you up. So you take 9 points bludgeoning damage and 5 piercing damage. And you are also grappled and restrained in this sort of like spiked tentacle. Sort of like lifts you into the air. And then it is going to make a bite attack against you, this time with advantage.
4. Have you been using Maddening Hex on your Lucas companion card?
But luckily your armor is able to keep its teeth
Yes.
from crunching into you.
The 7 necrotic damage, yes.
I would have
Yeah,
been
okay.
dead if it hit me.
Alquill.
Yes, I'll tell Harshnag. So it's like, can you put me down next to Sirak? I need to help him, and I will fire at that giant.
Focus down the giant. Focus him down.
19 for 9 cold damage plus 7 necrotic.
Okay. 7. Cool. Right. Alexei.
How beat up's the giant looking?
I sustained some wounds, definitely bloodied for sure.
You have so far done a total of 76 damage to it.
How many hits has the tentacle thing taken?
I have not calculated.
A few, but
Well,
they've
oh,
all
you-
a few, but they've all been from Harshnag. If that tells you
Yes,
anything.
I've hit
he's,
it once. I've hit it once, please. I know I've been in a punching bag, but I did do some damage to it.
Do I have enough light to see those goblins?
They are dimly lit.
yes, they're within dim, the very edge of your
What's my normal light range? Is it 20?
It's 20.
20. Yes,
Yeah.
dimly lit means
I will
you
attack
have,
a giant firebolt!
Dimly lit only affects perception, really.
Yeah, it only affects perception, so you can attack them without issue.
Alright, I attack the giant firebolt.
All right, against the giant then. Wow.
3 damage.
Racking it up.
79
All right.
damage total.
Harshnag. He is going to attack the last 2 remaining goblins here. First swing.
Does he put me down, or it doesn't
Nope.
matter take
Wait,
his action? I don't know.
Wait for it. So he splatters this first one, then lifts up his axe, and so he like slams it into the bridge, and the bridge kind of like begins to crack under the weight as he just like splatters this goblin into a paste, and then he sort of like leaves his axe there, and you see he's sort of like grabbing onto it with his arm. Down from the arm that is with you on the shoulder, and it sort of like creates like a path you can run along to get next to the Otyug.
Ah, nice.
And he says, "There, go."
Thank you, and I will
Zero.
run my turn.
if the thing's even still there by then.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're restrained currently.
Yeah, you're currently lifted in the air by this tentacle, restrained.
Yeah, it's either heal, hope you guys manage to do something, or
Try and
fuck.
hit it once and hope you kill it.
I don't think you'll kill it.
Actually, I'm gonna cast a spell.
Okay.
I'm sending it, so just
Kamikaze blast. Roll yourself up.
Attack rolls against the creature that have advantage.
Okay
Yes,
then.
the little known cleric spell.
That's all I do that turn.
All right. So you see Xeric utter a prayer, casting a spell.
Oh, I think I know what spell you cast.
The giant, seeing as Harshnag is kind of poking back in here, is going to try to bat him away. Gets a nice solid blow on the second hit. 20 points of bludgeoning damage. Harshnag sort of takes it, again, sort of like denting his plate mail armor. Although not nearly as much as you would expect from a blow that resounding. The goblins are all dead. This this one tribal boy. Hey! He manages to hit.
88 damage dealt.
And then we come around to the Otyug. Let me see how this works exactly.
Slow-mo running towards Xeric. Like,
Bludgeoning damage. Target means grappled. Strain until the grapple ends. Each creature take a bunch of damage. The Otyug is going to lift you into the air, Xeric, and then sort of slam you down into the ground. Can you make a Constitution saving throw for me?
Mm-hmm.
That will be a failure. So you will take 10 points of bludgeoning damage. And furthermore, you are stunned, reeling from the attack. So you lose your Shield of Faith if you did not already. Because you are incapacitated and stunned and can no longer concentrate on it.
Yeah.
But that is all the Otyug does. Elko.
I run down Xeric! And I will slash at this. Alright, it's further up. I will use like Lucas's packed longsword to slash at the Otyug. 13 for 12.
A 13, unfortunately, the tentacle sort of slams it out of the way as you go to swing your sword.
Fucking a 13 once again.
Yep, again, sort of like, and like knocked out of the way.
Shit. That is all I have for this time.
Very well. Alexei, you are next.
Yep. Firebolt the giant!
Alright. Another fireball.
Pew, 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 pew.
Ooh.
No.
Flies wide.
Please.
Harshnag. Is going to, seeing the situation here with Xeric, divert his attention away from the giant temporarily. Attempt to try to save you from this situation. He's going to attack the Otyug.
Otyug.
All right.
Ow.
So, with that, Harshnag swings his axe sort of sideways, and in doing so, lops off 2 of the Otyug's 3 tentacles, one of which was holding Xeric. Xeric, you collapse to the ground. You're still sort of stunned and reeling from being slammed into the ground, but the tentacle kind of like writhes and kind of releases you from its grasp. And then you see the Otyug sort of like falls back a bit, and then Harshnag takes another swing there, and with that sort of overhead swing, cleaves the Otyug's sort of like head in twain, and blood begins spilling out into the stream and coating the bridge. Xeric, you are stunned, so you're unable to act for this turn, as you're just sort of reeling. The giant, the hill giant here, is going to turn in anger, just like screaming bloody murder at seeing Harshnag kill its pet, is just going to attack twice at Harshnag.
I'm going to protect on the first one.
Okay, I'll just re-roll that then. Okay, 22 will still hit, so 20 points bludgeoning damage, and then the second hit misses. Harshnag manages to parry that one, and here comes the tribal warrior. Get him. Nope. The Otyugh is dead, and then at this point in time, Xeric, you sort of like regain your kind of train of thought, and you kind of rouse yourself from this stunned condition. And then it's Alko's turn.
All right, I will use Lucas's ability of like Arvea curse you towards the giant.
Okay.
And then I shall run to the giant and try and slash him. 9.
There you go.
25. That was an 18. No. Yep. So that's 8 slashing damage, 7 necrotic, and 3 additional.
All right. With that, you run up, cutting deep into the giant's leg, severing an artery, and the giant sort of like screams in pain as it begins to fall backwards, sort of splashing into the water beneath its feet. The tribal warrior barely managing to kind of like run and duck out of the way as the giant falls, kind of like falls on top of him almost.
And then the giant shade wakes up.
And the giant creates like this makeshift like dam almost. The water kind of begins building up around him and like almost diverting its flow around the giant's corpse.
All right, I heal 10 hit points since it 11 hit points since it died, and then I get Lucas gets the shade of Arvea instead. Nice.
Yes. Yeah,
Do we win?
Lucas conjures forth. There does not appear to be any further enemies as far as you can tell in this room.
Sirak, are you alright? I turn towards Sirak.
I'm just sitting on the edge of the bridge, just coughing blood.
Walk over as well.
Looking over, you see one of the goblin corpse that kind of got knocked into the water by Xeric is now sort of like been pushed against the edge of the dam, is now like stuck on the logs, like kind of drifting against it over by the where the water spills out of the dam.
I just like no, I'm not good.
Are you able to heal? Are you able to heal that yourself? I know you're a better healer than I am.
Yeah, I will. I just need to catch more breath.
Alright,
Harshnag sort of like slings the axe like over his shoulder, and he says, I never thought a Hog-Jotun would get the best of me like that.
yeah, are you alright? You took some hits as well.
And he says, I appreciate your care for me, but I am fine. Save your resources for yourselves.
I look over it and I look over. I think I was like, "You guys want to stay here for a couple of minutes, or should we go now?"
Well, are you in the shape?
I can make myself into shape.
I mean, that was a lot of noise. I feel like we won't be able to hang around as long as we'd want.
I go.
How long? Like, what are you thinking of? Why are you wondering if we?
Prayer of healing, 10 minutes. Then I would like blast us all up.
I'm only 2 hit points below my max.
Yeah, okay, I'll fix myself then. I'll just. Oh well. Oh.
Nice.
And add another 3 plus.
My prayer of
I
healing's
think
almost
your
done.
cure wounds automatically includes it. I think I changed your cure wounds to automatically include it because you've got 8, 3, and 3, plus 5, plus 3, and then there's another plus 3 in there.
Okay, I don't understand that text there. So yeah, I'll yeah, okay. I'll go like here. Yep, just give me another second here.
Yeah, so your cure wounds is accurate as to how much it's healing.
I go like, there we go.
All right.
Do you make that noise as well?
Shall we? What is the? We should check out this room on top to make sure there's nothing there.
Yeah, looking around, you can see there is another, like, the cave opens up into another room up here, and then there's, like, the ladder, as I mentioned, which seems to be mostly sized for, like, a giant to easily climb up, but it's definitely manageable for a smaller creature, just difficult.
Yeah.
The rungs are
I
about, like,
climbed up there, so
the rungs are about 3 feet apart.
I'll quickly like look into this room to like see if there's what this is basically.
So this is a damp cave that contains a sleeping pallet, a half-empty barrel. You can't see what from the entryway. There's another like barrel. There's 2 barrels in here. There's a couple of like wooden crates, like old wooden crates, and a few empty iron cages that seem to have like rusty iron doors. There are some flies buzzing around one of the crates.
All right, I don't seem to see any enemies or the like, or anyone.
No,
who's
yeah,
been
it
trapped.
is completely free in this room.
All right,
I'm just gonna go be right back a little bit. I'm just gonna walk with Al Quill next to him. Just
all right.
I'll be right back.
Once we check that room and seen that there's nothing of immediate interest there, I'm going to go back to the group and like, there's nothing in the room north, at least nothing that requires our immediate concern.
I guess
I
the
look towards
ladder's the
ladder.
only way.
I believe the ladder is the next path.
How high up is it, Brad?
30 feet.
About 30 feet, but the spacing of the rungs has been made for giants, so it's going to take more than that basically for a normal person to climb.
Well, I guess Harshnag can give us a bigger boost as he can then.
I think as you were kind of like investigating the room, Harshnag's kind of like kneeling over and looking at some of the carnage here, and he says, "Curious. I wonder where this one found this." And he kind of like reaches down, like snapping the necklace that the hill giant was wearing, and you see it's like it kind of like looks. It's basically like. It looks like a really small hammer in Harshnag's hands, but it's like this wooden kind of like intricately carved. About like human warhammer sized hammer, and you see that there is there's a symbol like carved on the head, like on the side of the head, this like sort of like runic symbol.
What would you roll to identify what it is?
What is that, Harshnag?
He sort of says, "Ruin magic. I do not know where these hill giants found it. I did not think them capable of such thing."
Brad, what is rune magic? Can I roll Arcana?
No, you have no idea what it is. I mean, you vaguely know from like you've encountered like similar with the bloodstone. You know that like the giants have like these runes that they can imbue magic into objects with, but you don't fundamentally like understand much about it.
What giants can make rune magic?
And he says, "Among my kin, the stone giants are most versed in the arts, though my own kin, and especially the Ildioten, are quite skilled at it."
What does the hammer do?
And he sort of like looks at it and he says, "I cannot say, but I know this rune." And he says, kind of like looking it over, "It is the Ven rune." And he kind of like thinks for a moment. You see, he's like trying to like kind of like think of like how to explain it basically. And after a moment, he sort of says, "In giants, this is a symbol of friendship, in a way." And he says, "This appears to be," and he kind of like looks at it, "a gavel used in ending disputes. There is magic, but I do not know what sort. It differs from object to object, depending on what it is inscribed upon. It would require further identification."
We'll have to come back to it later then. I guess we should move on.
I think it's best we don't tarry too much.
Yeah, so he sort of like nods and kind of like hands it to whoever kind of wants to grab it. He seems to have no use of it, so we'll just give it to whoever. So it's like large, like it's like Warhammer sized, so it weighs like 10 pounds or so. and it's like this enormous like wooden gavel.
Just to put it in a bag of holding, Ben. Let's go.
We don't have
There
the
is no
holding.
bag of holding. And
Oh, shit.
yeah, Lucas is like, my bag. Where's my bag?
Yeah, he's back in that mode of like bag. I can see my bag. So yeah, we'll take it. Are you at max carrying capacity yet? Oh, let's see. Alexei?
I'm pretty sure I've got loads of space left.
You're close.
Am I? Oh yeah, all the gold.
With all the gold, yeah. Alexei
I-
is at 130 out of 150.
All right, so you have the ability because if it's weighs the same as the Warhammer, it will 2 pounds, I imagine.
This is a little bit like heavier because it's not quite like actually a Warhammer. There's like some heft to it, so
Yeah.
it weighs 10 pounds.
Can you carry it?
Yes.
I mean,
Yes,
it
carry it.
wouldn't put me
Yes.
at max, so
All right, then you can have it because I cannot. I only have 2 pounds left.
kill. 2
We'll
pounds.
add
Fucking hell.
the runic gavel.
Runic gavel. Alright, well, let's climb up those stairs, I'll say, and I'll start, or ladder, that ladder. And I'll start moving towards the ladder.
All right.
Yep. Give us a boost, Harshman.
All right, everybody, group up here at the base of the ladder. Yeah, and looking at the ladder, it's a simple enough matter to climb it. It just has the space out rungs. So essentially, you'll have to. It'll take you like maybe 15 seconds or so, like a few rounds, basically, to climb it because you're climbing at half speed, and you have to climb 40 feet total, basically. Because of the extra movement. So it takes a little bit of time, and it's a bit awkward to climb up, but you all make it up, and then Harshnag follows after you. And then I will drag you over to the top map.
Welcome back. We're climbing up. We found a runic gavel. The giant had, the hill giant had.
Of what now?
A runic gavel. It was like this necklace he had. It was like a wooden. For us, it was Warhammer sized, but for them, it's like a gavel, and it had like a rune that said Ven on it.
Would I know anything about it?
No.
No, none of us do. It's magical item, so we'll identify it later.
Okay.
But I think I have the actual image here. Yeah, so it looks like this. Here, I'll put it into Discord. I should put it into Discord. Actually, this might... I don't think it has a background on the image, so this might actually be terrible, but there you go.
Fortune?
That's what it looks like.
So that's the symbol.
Yes.
Does Harshnag know anything about it?
Yeah, he's
No,
sort of like...
Oh, well, yes.
Well, he doesn't know anything about like the item itself, but he told you like a little bit
Yeah.
about what the rune means and like the...
It friends ish.
No, so then like okay,
Yes.
all Norwegian-ish.
Old Norse,
No.
yeah, it's based on.
Let me remove
We
the
are
altar.
behind the.
Yeah, so
You're not getting invisibility this time.
as you fully ascend the stairs, you are now kind of on the upper level here. You appear to be in some sort of like larder room. There are a number of hooks protruding from the walls of the room, and the floor is stained with pools of blood, most of which is dry, but there is others still sort of like moist pools of blood, and there are a number of hungry flies buzzing about. You actually see a mostly like skinned and trimmed pig carcass like hung on one of these hooks. But otherwise, the larder appears to be empty, and you can see it like opens out into a kitchen of some sort in the next room over, filthy, just like covered in mud, and the likes.
Yeah, I'll move up to like the entrance and like try and hide behind like the wall and try and peek around basically.
Yeah, looking into the room with your passive perception, you do not see any creatures in the next room over, but you can see far enough, I believe, like into this room, especially if there's light illuminating it. You see there are a few creatures gathered in this like large hall, which you recognize from like this side as basically being the other side of that large like gathering hall.
Yeah, I see the giant. I see parts of an ogre token. I see a wyvern token and a fucking hobgoblin.
I don't think this is a fight we can take.
We have Harshnag.
I hate Harshnag.
Hey, Starsha. I was just like, so I'll communicate to us like, I think we are behind. We're behind the feast hall. I say. I can see some giants, ogre. I think I see the wyvern and the hobgoblin from earlier. Yes. They seem to perhaps be making a report. I'm not sure.
I think it's time we break up the little party.
Nods.
Harshnag, you go first.
No.
And he just sort of says,
Do you have any advice? Any ideas?
kind of like looking around the corner, and he says, it would be unwise to barge in there and fight on their terms. The doorway is narrow. Perhaps we can lure some few of them through. Though if there is a hobgoblin, as you have said, they are smarter than your typical bear. I do not think they will allow all their allies to charge into such a narrow choke. The hill giants might be easily fooled.
Perhaps, yes. Alexei, would you be able to hit the hill giant there? He's illuminated by the light.
120 feet. That's a no bueno. We'd have to go into the next room. Maybe choke them a bit.
Yeah, I'll try and edge like closer to like the around so I can get a better view of the next room. Basically, you want me to roll a stealth check or anything?
Yeah, if you're like moving out into that room, then definitely.
I could try and hit that goblin though.
The giant doesn't appear to be paying like super attention, but it is kind of like, on alert.
Fuck.
Okay. So.
Yeah, I was going to like peek
classic Alquil stealth roll.
Alquil, you begin to kind of like move up into the room, like kind of like moving up against the leg of this table. But as you do so, as you run over there, you like bump into the table, and you didn't see that there was like kind of like stuff scattered on top of the table because you couldn't see it from down below. And as you like bump into the leg of the table, it kind of like makes a rattling noise, and like a clay bowl like topples off the table and shatters on the ground. And you see the hill giant like turns. It doesn't notice you, but it turns like alerted that somebody's over there, and it kind of begins like moving in that direction. You hear it like shouting something.
I'll try and
shut that noise.
As I say, I think the hill giant noticed me. I'll like try and say back. And I'll like sort of crouch in behind the leg table, get ready. And, like,
yeah, I'll make my way up to the doorway.
And then one of the ogres sort of like begins following after.
All right.
Yeah, so everybody, I guess, like position yourselves wherever you would kind of like to be as this giant is like approaching. Harshnag's kind of like kneeling down around the corner here, just kind of waiting. And if everybody's where they want to be, then we can go ahead and roll initiative.
Well, move me to the doorway if you can.
Like, stumbles through. Sure. We'll have you...
Where would you like to be? In like behind the
like
doorway,
across from Zurich.
Okay.
All right, over by the tribal warrior.
Yeah. Thank you.
We'll just have this guy stand in the middle. He's smart. Right. Yeah, so the hill giant like moves in and like obviously like notices like the shattered like bowl and kind of is like looking around and wary. So indeed. Initiative. Hill giant. That'll be the hill giants, then the ogres. Ooh, I need to open the ogres. Grothaug. Ogre. What are you doing in my swamp?
Just having myself a swim.
Don't get.
Alright, so I get +2 to my initiative because of a Brie Orc.
Yasha. And I will roll for Alexei. Uh,
23!
just need alcohol. Looks like.
I rolled 14.
Oh yeah, there you are. Oh, weird. Alcohol, Zurich. Okay, that's everybody. Again, the +2 doesn't really matter because you're going first anyways, Alexei.
Yep. So, how far away is that giant?
Still pretty distant,
100 feet.
like 100.
100 feet? Is he not wearing armor?
No, like just big stupid. Hellbound.
Firebolt!
Well, they didn't know exactly where we were. Now they do.
Firebolt.
All part of the plan.
All part of the Kankaku.
You mean the plan where you firebolt everything without using any more magic than that? Sure, let's go with that.
The plan when you play a warlock.
Yes.
Don't worry, I've got some spell slots still.
Yeah,
Some.
I know. Probably all of them.
No, used a lot.
No, absolutely not. Not after the last fight.
Got like all the second levels, like 1 3rd level and 1 1st level, I think. All right, yeah. So that hits, and as the giant sort of like is hit with this blast of fire, it kind of like recoils and like shouts like at you, and then
Now all of
Zurich.
China knows you're here.
It is your turn, Zurich.
Right. Sorry. I'll take 5 feet at a time. Well, that's way too far away. I don't really. Okay, I'm taking a dash action, running over here.
Okay.
Standing like hiding up next to, trying to stay low and hiding next to Alquil.
Well, there's not really like you have line of sight from the table, but there's not an actual like object to hide behind from there.
No. It's more like trying to hide, as in character-wise, not actually hiding. I can't hide here. It's too
All right.
narrow.
Is that everything?
Yeah.
And we have alcohol.
Alright, Ray Frost on the giant. Coming up once my sheet decides that it wants to open. There we go. Missing!
Nope. Flies wide into the room. This like beam of blue energy. Cool. The hill giant. Again, like screams out like, "Little intruders!" And he like charges forward with its club.
Just wait for the big intruder. Tough guy.
It's going to dash up to you. The other hill giant kind of like begins to stir, kind of like grabbing its weapon and like getting up from the table. But that is it. And then Gryhark charges at the giant with a battle cry and stabs it with the spear. And trips and face plants into the dirt.
He's been in prison for a long time.
He does look pretty like weakened from the prison stay.
I mean, in terms of like being hungry and stuff, James.
Oh, we should have fed him.
The malnutrition doesn't go over in a second.
Not that attitude.
Oh,
Like,
jeez.
Exhausted levels. We can't heal exhausted levels. With magic.
Okay, that makes sense.
Right, so that's that. And then, with a bellowing cry, emerging out from around the corner, is Harshnag.
Did he roll a 0 on his initiative?
Yep.
Is it a Zero the hero?
0 to 0. He's going to
I
come
just
running out,
noticed as
swinging at the hill giant.
Come on, decapitate him.
Ooh. Needs to hit the first attack, dealing a hefty blow. But the second, the hill giant sort of like stumbles a bit, knocking the table up, and Harshnag's axe gets stuck in the table and deflects the blow. And he sort of like scowls. Alexei.
Brad, what spells do I have left?
So, you have one first level spell slot, from what I can see. One first level spell slot, all of your second level, so 3 second level spell slots, and then 1 third level spell slot.
What spells do I have prepared on the second level?
Enlarge, Reduce, Invisibility, Misty Step, and Scorching Ray.
Enlarge, reduce, eh? Alright, Alquill is going to be getting a little bit bigger. I enlarge him.
Alright, let me just double check that you are... Alright, you'll have to run up a little bit to get within range, but you can most certainly do that.
Yep, I'll move up
cover.
to summon range and cast enlarge.
Cast Enlarge on Alquill. So Alquill, you suddenly kind of like, I assume you allow yourself to be enlarged.
Yes.
You begin to kind of like grow in size. You're kind of boxed in here. So it'll kind of have to push Xeric out of the way a bit as you grow in size, because you cannot occupy the same square there. So Xeric, you get like pushed back by this suddenly expanding Alquill. You are all taken by surprise, and then Alquill is now enlarged, and Alexei is concentrating.
Very hard concentration.
Very concentrating.
Oh,
Okay.
I should.
Just watch him
Alright.
for
Xeric.
enter his enlarged condition.
Yeah. 2 sec here. You know what? I'm just gonna stand my ground against the guy coming up on my flank. Just whack him.
Alright, you're gonna move up and whack him.
Can't I reach from here?
No.
On this guy?
You're here.
Uh,
It's 10 feet.
oh.
Yeah.
There then.
There you go, yeah.
I was standing right above. Well, anyway, I'm move up them and I whack him.
Alright, that is a hit.
Gonna make him into my little wackadoodle.
Alquill.
Yes, I am going to attack the giant with the packed longsword. Twice. I think the damage should now calculate the 1d4 enlarged damage.
Well, we'll find out.
Yes, once it rolls. There you go.
Well, it rolled a 0 somehow on a d4. It is not doing
That-
it.
Roll 0 on a d4. That doesn't seem right.
That
Yeah,
sounds pretty trash.
Roll a 0 on a d4. How?
I don't think
have
it's
no
rolling
idea.
into anything.
So it's like so the second one did a
So the first one misses. The second one will hit.
yeah, for 9 slashing, 1 extra d4, and 7 necrotic, and then the shade. I will have it attack. I will have it attack the giant. The ogre. I'll have it attack the ogre. Critting,
Nice.
dealing 34 necrotic damage.
24. Nice.
24 is.
Yeah, this sort of like gold coin. We'll just say because technically it's only supposed to be humanoids, so it's like you grabbed one of the goblins or whatever. So this like gold coin goblin kind of lashes out, sapping this ogre's strength.
Yes.
Nice, nice. And if that is all, it is then the
That
hill
is
giant's
all.
turn.
If he attacks anyone other than me that's within range of my protection, I will protect them.
He is going to attack the little tribal warrior first.
I will protect.
All right, disadvantage. Great club. And with that, the great club slams down into this tribal warrior who had like tripped and fallen. Slams down into his back, and you just watch as he is just like crushed into paste beneath the weight of this great club.
No!
Didn't even know his name.
His name is Treehawk. We know his name.
You don't even know his name.
Oh, well.
Yes, we did.
And then the second swing will be at you, Will.
You
He did his
monster!
purpose. He still hit.
You monster, you that miss.
That is a miss.
Uh-oh.
Rip Greyhark.
We barely knew ye.
He could have become a retainer.
But he didn't.
Probably not. No, he was probably gonna go back to his tribe or something. I don't know. Actually, I don't know how the Utgard would work with like, because I know he said it was.
This ogre is going to swing at you in retaliation, Zurich. But misses.
Yes.
Then it is Harshnag's turn. He is going to attack the hill giant. Twice. Ooh, nice. 2 resounding blows. And that will actually be... Yep. He, with the second swing, manages to sort of like send the giant sprawling onto the ground. And it collapses like kind of into the table, like shattering it to pieces as its weight falls.
Good.
And he sort of like lets out a cry like, "Aah!" Alexei.
There's an ogre.
Yes, there's an ogre. Are ogres weak to fire, or is that trolls?
That trolls are the ones who regenerate, and you have to hit them with fire or acid to stop them from regenerating.
Ah, that's what I was thinking of, yeah. Yep, I'll firebolt the ogre that Morton's character is fighting with.
Alright.
This one is mine. Find your own.
Crits!
Critical hit.
Woo!
15.
That's the second. That ogre got critted twice.
That is just enough. You manage to blast the ogre with this impressive firebolt and immolate what is left of its resolve as it collapses to the ground.
Nice.
Okay. Zurich.
Well, I will. Yeah, I'll move up. Here,
Do we see
behind the
this
cupboard
goblin?
there, and take a dodge action.
Okay. Elkwell.
I will move 30 feet here. Well, actually, can I move through the table, or is it those?
Ball got smashed.
No, but you could clamber over the table with your size.
Okay.
You're not large enough to like climb up on top of it. If you were still small, you could run underneath it. But
Okay. Yeah, so I'll climb over the table. So
Oh, I can see a
this
bit of cheek
goblin
there.
is he on the second level, or is he like
yeah,
standing
you don't
on the
actually
ground?
see that. Yeah, you don't see that goblin from where you are.
Okay, we don't see the goblin, but I see this ogre.
Yes, you do see the ogre. He has like a javelin like raised, like ready to throw.
I will fire a ray of frost at him.
Okay.
17.
17.
That fucking damage modifier does not work.
No, it wouldn't affect Ray of Frost anyways. Just melee attacks.
Yeah, I know. It's not supposed to affect Ray of Frost.
Well, you probably
I
just
put
have it
melee.
on. You
Hmm?
probably just have it under the wrong thing. I'll take a look at it later. All right. It is going to return the favor, throwing the javelin with disadvantage at you. 'Cause
Yep.
it doesn't know any better. There you go. Flies wide. And that is that.
Where did the hobgoblin go? Alright. Oh shit.
Get out of here.
Wait, did they just leave a giant corpse
What?
in the hole?
Apparently.
I don't know what you're talking about. This ogre.
Just hear Thor like laughing to himself in the background. Hee suckers.
What?
Nothing.
Right, Harshnag, sort of seeing this situation playing out, and he says, I fear that is all we are going to be able to lure in here. I think with that hobgoblin, they are not going to send any further to their death.
Clearly. I can see one giant, I can see Guh. I saw an ogre. Goblin. Yeah. No, I didn't say goblin. Never mind. I didn't say goblin. Strike that from the list. But yeah, I saw a giant, an ogre, and Guh.
So yeah, I guess he sort of like looks around and he says, "Are you ready? This battle will be severe. Do not underestimate our opponent."
Says, I am as ready as I'll ever be.
I was born
Sort of
ready.
nods and kind of like lifts his axe, crying out "Hurrah!" as he charges forward, not smashing through the table as much as he would like to. And he's going to charge out into the hall, moving his full movement. As he does so, the hill giant is going to use its reaction to throw a rock.
Just gets bombarded with missiles.
If Harshnag, like, I don't.
Which Harshnag bats aside at the last second, kind of just like scattering it to pieces with his axe. There's an ogre that throws a javelin at him. That also
It would be a
misses,
really
just
sad way to go.
blinking against the metal greaves of his armor, and then a hobgoblin fires a longbow at him, which that manages to sink in, dealing a whopping 3 piercing damage. And Harshnag can move no further from that position. And
great.
now, as he charges in, I will roll the rest of the initiative in as we get back to the top of the round.
Yep.
There.
Gotta
And-
love those low initiatives.
There. All right, back to Alexei. You see Harshnag has charged into the fray.
Yep, I'll move 30 feet up.
Okay. So just sort of underneath the table here.
I suppose so, yeah.
I don't think there's anything within like viewpoint of you
Yeah,
that
Alexei
can
can't
shoot.
see anything. I
Alright,
don't
then I'll
think,
take a
so.
dash action, move 60 feet up.
All right. Out the other end of the table. And you can kind of see into the hall. I think you can maybe like barely see like a hill giant inside, and that's about it. All right.
What is you?
The hobgoblin. You see, kind of drops the bow, pulling out a sword.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that.
Is there not a dynamic lighting wall there? That's weird.
See what? I don't see anything. It's too dark.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what you're talking
That's
about.
exactly what you were supposed to say. I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. The hobgoblin is going to run up. And ready an action. think. And then the wyvern kind of flies up into like Harshnag's face here, kind of getting in his
Going for
path.
the eyes.
The hobgoblin is going to attack as soon as the wyvern is within range. Once with the longsword, two-handed, because he doesn't have his shield currently.
What does enlarge do?
It makes you large.
Makes you
Well,
big
yes.
boy.
Okay.
It's like enlarge.
That
Turns
will
into
hit.
a real boy Pinocchio.
Strength
So
advantage on
that's
strength
7.
check and strength saving throws. Target's weapon also grows. So, okay, it deals an extra d4. So it doesn't do anything other than that. Okay. I was hoping it'd give me reach or something.
All right, and then the wyvern. 2 attacks, bite and stinger, but it can use its claws if it wants to. It will use its claws. Claw and stinger as it's flying in Harshnag's face. The claws hit. 14. And the stinger also hits. Oof. Oof, 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 oof. 14. And a constitution saving throw. 22 poison damage. Yikes. Harshnag is more than able to shake it off. Still taking 11 poison damage in the process. Xeric.
Yeah, I will. Oh, run up to the corner there. I see this goblin here, don't I?
No, you don't
No,
see any
he's
of the
on
goblins.
he's on the second floor or second level.
Okay. Do I see this wyvern over here?
Yeah, kind of on the other side of Harshnag, like flying in his face. Will
Yeah,
have
I'm
cover
just-
from you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw a hammer because stuff.
All right.
Wait,
So
you
as
can
you
throw hammers.
as you sort of like move
Yes.
and throw the hammer at the wyvern, you're kind of having to try to like aim around a Harshnag, and you end up just flying just wide, barely missing. Elko.
I shall move there because I can't move further in because Harshnag is
He's
now
badass.
blocking. Now he's blocking me, and I can't reach the hobgoblin with my. But I will fire a ray of frost on the hobgoblin. So that's 18. For 6.
18 will hit because this particular hobgoblin does not have its shield raised.
Okay, cool. And then the shade shall also attack the hobgoblin.
7. That will
15. I don't think that hits.
Nope.
No. And that will that would kind of screw us over at the end, wouldn't it? But yeah, I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that.
All right. This hill giant is going to maintain its position here. Actually, it's going to kind of step between Guh and the current location there of you guys throwing a rock at Harshnag from the distance.
Protect.
What the fuck?
Hmm?
What the fuck is that ugly thing up there?
That's Guh. That's Chief Guh.
Chief Guh.
That's the leader of the hill giants.
She hit it,
Segway.
doesn't she?
Shifty?
That seems to be like everyone's reaction so far when they see her. It's like, oh my god!
Zack was like, "It's Jabba the Hutt. We're fighting Jabba the Hutt."
No, Jabba the
Yeah,
Hutt was
she
pretty compared to this.
she
Jabba the
looks
Hutt
like
had some
she
redeeming attractiveness.
she looks like she weighs
Yeah.
like multiple tons, like just like round.
Yeah. She wasn't able to. In the last time we fought her, I was standing behind her, and she wasn't able to like turn and face me. She just had to swing back over her shoulder. I was giant sized, by the way. That fight.
So yeah, Chief Guh is kind of like looking around, like seeing everybody like run in this panic, and she's just like shouting like, "Ugh, "I'm hungry! Where's my food?" Ah! And like just slamming her fists on the ground in like in anger, and like grabbing her club out of the refuse pile, kind of like trying to like turn her head to like look at where everybody's going.
Fatty, 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 fatty.
These goblins.
Now, if the chokehold has become, we have become the choked in the chokehold.
It's fine. We have Harshnag and they have a Wyvern, so I think we're winning.
have a
They also
harsh
have, they also have a few hill giants and the fucking like hobgoblin, whatever the fuck.
Details.
And Hashtag has been taking.
Well, you know what we should do? We should get that queen, whatever, chief, whatever, over here, kill her in that, and we have choked entrance for all eternity.
But I mean, I'm pretty sure we're not going to reach her until we've dealt with everything else here.
We just need our combined strength between all of us to slowly drag her all the way over here.
Oof.
Including Hashnag.
I feel like Harshnag was doing most of the work there.
We should
Hashnag
have
taking
thrown
another beating.
we should have put enlarge on Hashnag.
I mean, it
Yes,
really
because the
wouldn't.
chokehold could be even more oppressive.
I mean, at that point, he'd have difficulty squeezing through these passageways, and also like a D4 is really not that much of a difference to him.
Yeah.
So, seeing the situation, he's taken a few beatings, but he realizes the kind of like threat of the wyvern here is probably the foremost of his concerns. So he is going to focus his attacks on that wyvern. So swinging once, twice.
If he's able to kill it, it would be nice if he could move forward a little bit.
Unfortunately,
Tap him on the shoulder, going, could have
though
please move forward?
though he deals a couple of like heavy blows, he is unable to bring the wyvern down, and so is still sort of like stuck in his current position.
All right.
And he just sort of like shouts back, and he says, "I do not know how long I can hold against their assault. We must break
That Wyvern
through."
has to go! Scorching Ray on the Wyvern.
Scorching Ray. Another second level spell slot. And pow. Second level. Classic
Misses.
Scorching Ray. Repeat. That is a
19
hit.
for 9.
Been the last one.
Misses.
Oh my god, come on!
Classic
Scorching
Scorching,
Ray.
Ray.
That's classic.
One
That's
hit
just
for
how it-
9 points of damage. Unfortunate. The Hobgoblin Warlord. It's going to attack
Eric, blow your
Harshnag.
biggest healing spell on Harshnag.
Actually, it is going to spend its turn getting its shield ready.
Ah. Bastard.
The Wyvern is going to attack Harshnag. Again, claws, miss, sting,
Good.
also a miss.
It's
Harshnag now kind of like focusing his attention on this wyvern, is like carefully dodging and kind of like parrying the blows. Xeric.
So, is he upstairs or downstairs?
He's downstairs, I think.
The Hobgoblin is on the ground.
Okay, so I walk up to him and I whack him.
It's the AC 20, I think.
Doesn't stop me from whacking him.
Well, in this unfortunate case, it does.
No, I'm still whacking at him.
Yeah, oh, you missed.
Elquill.
Oh shit, sure.
Yes.
You
I
can
will
move
start.
through
I will start by
Harshnag's
using the
square.
shade on the hobgoblin.
What did you say, James?
That hits, I
Can't
think.
Alpha move
Mhm.
through Harshnag's square since he's friendly?
No, because well, I can move through his square, but I can't stand in it, and I can't move through the enemies, so I can't move up to them and attack them because Harshnag's in the way. I can't stop in Harshnag's square.
Isn't that
The Wyvern
What
is
was that?
flying.
the Wyvern's flying? Yeah, and what's that thing next to Harshnag on the platform? Is he on the ground or on the platform?
No,
It's on the
there
ground.
is one more.
This guy's on the ground, this guy's on the ground.
Right.
It would,
Can maybe squeeze through
with
the
his
gap between.
full with his full movement, I think he can get to the other side.
But I was having the shade attack the hobgoblin.
Yeah, a 25 hits. I don't think I need to tell you that.
Yeah.
13.
13 necrotic.
Yep.
All right. So if I dashed, I could move it over here, or
Well, let's see, because it would be 5, 10,
20, 30.
10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, you would have to dash, I think, to get all the way through.
Yeah, I'm just going to kill the wyvern, hopefully, or how is my Ray of Frost actually? It's actually, yeah, Ray of Frost against the hobgoblin. Misses.
Yep, unfortunate. Right, Hill Giant is maintaining its position while throwing rocks. Rock.
I'm
Okay, I assume you were going to protection that?
yes.
Alright, well, it misses, but there you go. I rolled again.
Yep.
Chief Guh begins sort of like the process is just like shifting her bulk around. Goblins are up there, can't see anything going on just yet from this angle. Ogre is going to attack Harshnag. Just barely managing to block that one with his gauntlet. And then Harshnag is going to swing again at this wyvern, hoping to cut it out of the sky and break open a path. 1, 2. Ooh. That is unfortunate. He's unable to finish this creature off with the first blow, and with the second, there's sort of like you notice like this like kind of wincing pain as like poison is still coursing through his veins, and he kind of like swings wide, hitting the walkway up above and kind of like scattering pieces of wood everywhere. Alexei.
Fuck was that?
Me just being frustrated at the current situation. I guess I'll try and Scorching Ray the wyvern again. I gotta roll better this time, right?
Famous last words.
Bigos gotta roll better.
Alright, last second level spell slot there.
One first level, one third level.
Hold on, I've got to...
Yep.
I've got to on... There we go. I don't want to cast it at third level. There we go. Well, starting off with a good start. First ray misses. Second ray misses. Third ray
Are you kidding me?
also misses.
Scorching Ray. This is what Scorching Ray does.
A free and a free.
Unfortunate.
I want a free and a free. Oh.
Would have been better.
The hobgoblin, now that it has its shield, is still going to, ignoring you, Xeric, is still going to focus on Harshnag. So swings 3 times with its longsword. Miss, and that will hit. Coming into that, dealing 11 plus an additional 8 points of damage to Harshnag. Harshnag is now, like, you know, bloodied, and he's taken a few hits beyond that. The wyvern. Claw. Oof.
No.
Morton, you gotta burn your highest level spell slot on a heal for Harshnag.
What do you think I'm looking at?
And sting. That he manages to parry out of the way. Xeric. Harshnag is definitely taking quite a beating.
Because... Okay, so... from a scale from 0 to 100%, how much health does he have?
He's probably about like 10%.
Okay, then I channel Divinity as an action, heal him, which is 5 times my cleric level, which is 35.
Okay. That is definitely still within...
I give him all of it.
Yep. He is able to accept all of it.
And then as a bonus action... I can't do this as a bonus action. Does it? I'm casting a. No, can't throw that. I don't have any bonus action. I can do anything to help him if I'm gonna do what I'm thinking about doing.
Anything else?
I'm gonna throw out my last second level spell as a spiritual weapon attacking the wyvern.
All right, that is a hit. The wyvern is still up, though pretty severely bloodied at this point. Definitely, like, barely hanging in there. Alquil.
All right. Shade against wyvern.
Yes, the shade is able to fly up there and does hit. And with that, the wyvern just sort of like withers away at the touch of the shade and collapses to the ground. This like emaciated husk.
Get in there, for you need to take the heat off.
This guy's gonna get an opportunity attack on me though.
Yeah, either way, like one of them probably will. Well, if you run kind of like up to the north a bit.
Oh yeah, that would be the ogre. Yeah.
You would still be within range of the ogre when you ended.
Yes, that's true. I'll run up. I'll run up to north, and then like dash through Harshnag up here. Well, actually, how far can I go? Let's see if we.
It'll be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So you'd use 40 feet of your movement to end there.
40 feet of movement. Alright, then I will move here so that I'm out of the way so Harshnag can move as well.
Alright.
I made a terrible mistake, but here we are.
What do you mean, a terrible mistake?
Why are there so many dead giants just there?
The goblins are going to fire at you. Neither of which hits.
Good.
And then is the hill giant.
Fuck, I forgot to use my bonus action. I could have used it for... Oh well.
I guess now that seeing that there is a combatant coming sort of threatening into melee, he's going to move up on you. And swing at you, missing both times. You managed to parry the blows. Chief Guh.
Did you grapple the giant for?
Oh yeah, I can grapple the giant now.
He's going to spend this turn there.
But I don't see what good that would do.
Okay, the goblins. These guys can get...
Other than grappling him to the ground and getting advantage on attacking him. But
they can't really get a bead. But these 2, 3? Yeah, 3 will be able to fire at Alquil from their current position. So, pew pew pew. Nothing. The ogre, seeing you kind of like run through here, and given what he's been told to do, is going to turn to you, Alquil, and attack.
yes.
He managed to parry that. And then Harshnag, finally kind of like free. He is going to attack the ogre. Twice. Oof. Actually. Once.
Once?
Just cuts that ogre in half. As soon as the ogre's attention switches to you, Harshnag sees that moment to just draw his axe across the ogre's back, cutting this deep wound across, and the ogre just collapses mid-swing as it was attacking you. So his second swing turns and is redirected at the hobgoblin, which does hit for 20 points of damage. And then he is going to sort of move into the room a little bit here.
Can I ask Harshnag something while I'm here?
I suppose so.
Yeah, it's just I'm gonna ask him like, Harshnag, can you get me up there?
And he just sort of says, "Sure." And he's going to, I guess he sort of like puts one arm like down, like, and then like another kind of like reaches over the top. So he kind of almost creates this kind of like ramp essentially that you could like run up.
Okay.
It'll probably take all your movement, but you could probably make your way up there.
Yeah.
Alexei.
Yep. I will. I think I need to move up. 30 feet.
30 feet will get you around where like into the entrance where the hobgoblin is and stuff.
Well, I'll move. I'll firebolt the hobgoblin first. Let's see if I kill it.
Okay. It's awful.
Who knows?
Presumptuous.
With your rolls or BL's rolls for you today, I guess I doubt it.
Well, you hit at any rate.
Well, that's fine. Well, I'll move 30 feet up, but I won't move next to her. I can move like up.
Okay, like up into the doorway,
Yeah.
like at the other end there.
Yep.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna have to move eventually. I may as well do it now.
This hobgoblin. What is the exact wording of this? Within 5 feet of an ally. Technically is. Is going to continue.
How high is the enemy?
Yeah, it's going to continue to attack Harshnag. 2 hits. First one, there is a goblin within 5 feet of Harshnag, so oof. 31 and 4, so 35 points of damage total.
25, so you just did the healing away.
Yep. And that is the hobgoblin's turn. Xeric. You see this hobgoblin manages to cut deep into like the back of Harshnag's
I just start running up Harshnag, and as I do it, I cast my last channel divinity on Harshnag again.
Okay. I assume you're just dumping it all.
He gets the whole bunch of it.
Okay. The hobgoblin will get an attack of opportunity against you as you sort of run up.
Yes, I know.
So it clips you for 7 points of damage as you kind of like run up like on top of Harshnag, and kind of you can now see. I think because you have 25 feet, you can't quite get, because I think it's like 30 feet to the top of the room. You can't get quite there, but you're basically like within next turn you could climb up onto the balcony. So you're kind of like up here or whatever.
Yep.
Let's say you're within melee of the goblin if you would like to be.
Yeah, I just healed them, so I have no attacks left. I just used my action as healing. So.
Alco.
First off, bonus action.
Wait! My sword.
Your sword.
Bonus action. Move it.
Yes.
Oh
So
yes,
hobgoblin.
you have an attack with your sword.
Yes.
Your sword. You want to attack the hobgoblin with it, or one of the goblins up top?
The goblin on top.
Okay, go for it.
No. Where is it? Spiritual weapon. I'm just gonna see spiritual weapon damage repeat.
That is enough to hit and kill this goblin here. Then it is Elko's turn.
Yes. I will cast Shield of Fate on myself,
Classic.
and then I will have the Wraith attack the hobgoblin, or Shade, I mean.
That is a hit.
9 hits. 13 necrotic damage.
Nice.
It's still up, I'm assuming. Yes. I will then use my pact, Lucas's pact longsword that I'm borrowing, and attacking the hill giant. 10, that's probably a miss.
Yep, unfortunately.
20, so that's 20 plus, so 20 for 7 plus 7 necrotic.
Okay. That hits, dealing 14 damage total.
Yes,
Very good.
and that will be my turn.
Alright, the hill giant is going to attack you. Twice. 1 miss, 2 miss. You managed to deflect both blows easily.
Yes.
Chief Guh, now kind of like craning her head around, sees what is happening, yelling in anger and just like fury at her meal being disrupted, is going to hurl this like, I guess, kind of like this ball of like refuse and like old cart parts, essentially, just balled up at you.
Holy crap! I think she was eating the giants.
Yep.
Fwah.
That'll hit.
That is a hit. 23 points of damage. DC 11. Whew! Hanging in there.
Yep.
Alright, the goblins. Those three still don't really have a good shot on Alquil, so 2 of them will fire at you, Alquil.
God, I can't believe you kept your shield of paper.
Both miss.
Yeah.
None of the ogres are alive anymore. Harshnag. He is going to attack the hobgoblin.
Is it just gonna put me up there meanwhile, or?
He won't be able to like attack and do that, but he can freely move his body around. So after the attacks, he's just like hold on as he attacks, and
Okay,
then
I'm like grabbing his like wrists, something.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and then 1, 2. With that, he manages to splatter the hobgoblin into the wall, like crushing its plate mail armor against the wall, kind of like a tin can.
It was probably a hobgoblin captain or a hobgoblin warlord.
And then he is going to sort of like maneuver himself like up a little bit, and then like kind of like lift you almost, so you basically like 1 step away from this goblin on the ledge up here.
oh, very nice, very nice.
Alexei.
Yes, so it looks like everything on the ground floor has been taken care of, so it's just these goblins up on the ramp and Chief Guh herself.
And the hill giant.
Yeah, there is a hill.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the big-ass hill giant. I'll move down from where I am, so I'll just move across. I'm behind Harshnag.
Or like there.
No, to the right. Yep, there. I'll move there.
Okay.
And then I will fire... I do have a 3rd level left. Fireball, perchance? On Chief Guh, the giant, and all those goblins up there.
I don't think you could hit. I think you could hit the goblins in Chief Guh, but you're not gonna catch the. I don't think you'll be able to.
What's the radius on a fireball?
maybe.
again?
20.
Maybe
20.
you can catch 1. You can catch 1, 2 goblins, the giant and Chief Guh.
Sounds good to me.
The top 2 giants.
Fireball.
Okay. Last 3rd level spell slot. Boom.
Alright, I have 1 1st level spell slot left, guys.
Not gonna bother to roll for the goblins because they die.
Yep.
They did.
They did.
They did.
They did.
They did.
Sorry, Morn, I think that ramp's a little bit on fire now.
Yeah, and it smashes like this splintering hole in the crudely constructed ramp, which had already previously been destroyed by Alquil, and
Yes.
had like been rebuilt, and now is destroyed again.
The same section. The same section.
Yeah, the same. They had barely fixed it, and now it's broken again. All right, then the hill giant will make its dex save and fail, taking 31 points of fire damage. Not bad. And then Chief Guh.
Can't she even move though? Like,
Well, she has a. You'll see, she has quite a significant penalty to the dex save, so she fails.
minus 5.
5?
31.
Your mom is so fat that she's like Chief Guh, okay?
I mean, she
She has
literally
zero dexterity.
can't move. She literally cannot move.
Yeah, you have yet to see her moves. Yeah. What is it?
She has 0 dexterity, she must, because you have 20. On 20, you have +5.
Well, I'm gonna.
Xeric.
I like, as I'm like running off, like I ask Harshnag, like, do you need more healing, or should I keep fighting?
And just sort
So
of
I'm like
says,
jumping off.
perhaps,
does it
but
look?
I am fine for now.
Like, I'm gonna.
He's fine until the next wyvern comes along.
And he says,
Uh,
I
can-
feel offense
okay,
is our
I-
greatest defense.
Okay, so as you said, like I can't throw 2 spells at the same turn, but I can use my bonus action to remove my spiritual weapon and use my action to use a spell.
Yes,
Yes.
because the bonus action from spiritual weapon is already like it's not casting a spell.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping. So then he doesn't need healing right now. Casting Beacon of Hope, moving my spiritual weapon up to the other guy and attacking the other guy.
I can
I'm
barely.
not gonna make the fucking...
Yeah, don't draw it. It was it's 20 feet, so it was down here. It can move up to here and attack.
Yeah.
Stop drawing everything.
Yeah, fucking like if I don't draw it, I will forget it, and if I forget it, everything gets sad.
Kill the
Zach
goblin.
hits and kills the goblin.
Nice.
This kills the goblin. Sad. Right, and that's action, bonus action. Do you step onto the?
Yeah. I'm on it.
Okay, Alquil.
All right, I will. Let's see.
Smite that giant.
I'll use Shade on Chief Guh.
Ooh.
Almost a crit.
Oh.
Wow! Look at them big numbs.
Big numbers.
Even the Shade is.
It just
wanna
can't.
touch
It
that.
just can't even get. Yeah, it's just there's just so much flab. It can't even. It's just like draining away fat, not her actual like.
I'm
body.
attacking the giant. 25. I forgot to roll the. So
I mean,
5, 6, 7 extra.
Okay.
That old
And,
theme song I heard in World of Warcraft must be the perfect for this. I don't want her, you can have her. She's too fat for me. She's too fat for me.
What your attack still? Yeah. So the 7. There's another 7 on the second one as well.
Yes, sir.
And then.
Hey, James didn't go beer back right before his turn. It's improvement.
That would be like 10, 20, 15, or there's 25, 30.
Okay. The hill giant is going to swing at you twice, Alquil.
Yep.
Miss and miss. It's wide, easily dodged. Chief Guh is going to throw another rock, quote unquote, from her position.
Fastball.
You manage
Misses.
to duck out of the way, just barely. The goblins now sort of have a shot on you. You have, due to the size difference, you do have +2 from the hill giant. So they basically have to crit you to hit you. So let's just, 1, 2. Nope. Okay. Harshnag. Now, most of the small fry it dealt with is going to step up next to you and try to help you get past this hill giant here. Well. And get past, he does.
Try to help. Try to help, you say. Just zick.
Yes, and then he just sort of, as he cuts down this giant, he won't have enough movement to get to make his second attack. So he just sort of like cuts down this giant, standing where he is, looking at Guh, and in giant sort of says, "Feasting time is over. It is time for you to be deposed."
God, he's so cool.
Alexei.
Yes.
He came back
so-
to his turn.
Yeah, of course. Alright, well, I guess I'll move like, I don't know, 15 feet to the right.
Okay.
And then... Can I see those goblins up there now?
Yeah. Although with difficulty through Harshnag. But you
I'll move
can see-
another 10 feet to the right.
I mean, at this point, like you're gonna have trouble seeing past Harshnag because you're a small creature, big, massive creature in your way. So.
Alright, well, firebolt on one of the goblins.
Okay. It will have a minor cover bonus.
My god, Harshnag with your crits.
And with the bonus, that will miss, unfortunately. You're not quite able to get a good angle to shoot around Harshnag. And then at the end of your turn, Chief Guh cries out in rage, throwing a rock at Harshnag.
I'll protect.
Okay. Disadvantage. Missing. It just sort of clatters against your shield and deflects out of the way.
He protect, he attack, but most importantly, he have Harshnag's back.
And then it is Zirek's turn.
You know what? Fuck all of this. Like, all of this is like going to shit my little plan here now. So I'm just moving my sword this way.
Yeah, 20 feet.
20 feet. Yeah, it was here. So up there.
Up to the next goblin.
Yes.
Yeah, that one's already dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah, and by the way, there's like this.
Yeah.
There's a gap here because it's been fireballed.
I'm
Does
gonna.
he jump on to Chief Guh?
Yeah, I'm gonna jump down on a Harshnag. He probably kind of helps me, catches me, something.
Yeah, sure. If you like run and jump, he'll probably like
Like,
seeing that just like reach out like kind of like catch you.
And as I like land on him, it's like boom. But you know, it's a lot more than that.
Yeah, because you have
Just
the
give me the
beacon,
thing.
beacon of hope. So it'll be 24 plus 5, so 29. Plus what is it? 2 plus level, so another 5. So what? 34.
Yeah, sounds about
Yeah.
right. And I healed myself as well, didn't I? I think I did.
Yeah, you'll heal yourself
Yes.
for 5, I think, right?
Yeah. But they didn't. No, it didn't do that. So
No, because there's no way to
4.
include that on the.
No. And then I healed myself for there.
Measuring out your charge pattern for.
And then moving this now looked like a sword before. There you go. There. Now it looks more like I don't know.
It's a T
something.
square.
Oh, there you go.
All right, so that's action, bonus action, movement. So Alquil, you are up.
Let's see. This moves me. I think that's within the 5 feet.
Yeah, she takes up those
Yes.
all those squares.
Yeah.
So
So I will run up here and in giant I will say, "Where is Valish Gant? Why is he helping you?"
as you do, what's your action basically? We'll get
Yes, my action will be. Let's see. Am I within 50 feet? My action is probably going to be to put. I'm gonna put my like blade up towards like Guh, like her throat. I'm gonna ready an action to attack her if she like attacks me. I'm imagining she's not gonna surrender, but
yeah. So as you say that at the end of your turn, Guh like screams out like, "God, no talk! God, hungry! God, eat all of you!" And is going to use her last legendary action to make an attack against you.
yes.
With the great
I
club.
also wanted to do use the shade on one of the goblin that's
Okay.
the closest to the goblins. So just. I don't think. Does that maybe hit? I
That
don't
will
know,
hit, yeah.
but if it hits 15.
Yep, dead goblin.
The shade wants to. The shade does not like her. I see.
Nope.
All right.
And then against you, a great club attack.
Yes, and I will attack back. I don't do 12 does not hit. I'm
A
assuming.
12 it does hit her. She's
Okay,
a-
yeah.
She's a sitting target.
Yeah.
Oops.
So that deals 6 or 9 plus 7. Then I get hit. I take 24
24
damage.
and a DC 12.
And a DC 12. Just don't roll a 1 or a 2.
Alright, you're good. The hill giants are all dead. And now, it is Chief Guh's turn.
Except for one that's behind the curtains over there.
He's taking a nap.
He's taking a nap, yeah.
Yep, he's taking a nap. She is going to scream in anger. She wants to eat you. My throat is killing me. I cannot do the hill giant voice anymore.
Yes, that's fine. That's fine. I get the picture.
She's going to attack you twice, Alquil.
Don't hit.
Ooh.
Miss.
Guess your giant food.
Shield of Faith goes away.
Unfortunately, she manages to slam into you with the second hit, knocking you aside.
And Lucas takes... well, the Shade takes an injury instead of Lucas.
Yes. Goblin fires at Harshnag.
The little Goblin Hood! It's Goblin Hood!
Harshnag just sort of shouts out, and he says, "No, Alquil! Zurich! I will convey you to him. You must bring him back." And he is going to run over to here, sort of placing you down next to Alquil. Before
exactly what my train of thought.
sort of stepping up onto like Guh's like cart and pile of like trash and just like raging as he swings at her.
He's a barbarian! Barbarian confirmed.
Easily
It took us
hitting
this
her.
long, but we figured it out.
Easily hitting her as she is just immobile. Okay. She's definitely
It's a
taking
rare-
like a bit of a beating at this point.
It's a rare
Alexei.
plate mail of wearing barbarian.
Alright, I'll move up 30 feet. And also to the right a little bit.
Take out Goblin Hood, will you?
That's the plan. Yeah, like, therefore, yeah, it's good.
It's a good spot. Alright.
Alright, now I'll try and firebolt Goblin Hood.
Okay. Ooh.
Are you fucking kidding me? What is going on?
You cannot kill
You
Goblin
cannot
Hood.
kill Goblin Hood.
The legend never
Goblin-
dies.
Goblin Hood never dies. Spirits
Zurich.
will live on.
What are these
Uh,
fucking rolls today?
Cure wounds, 3rd level, with everything, so... It's actually pretty much...
That you actually
used-
rolled max there.
I used up
pretty
all my
much-
god.
That's
Well,
pretty
there's Beacon
much
of Hope
actually.
come
No,
up as
you
well, isn't there?
you literally
Yes.
rolled max.
Yeah, I know.
It's not pretty much.
It's that plus 5 health on top of that, so 39.
Well, to you, right? Because I already
Yeah,
the 5 is
that-
already
that-
in. The 5 is already in there.
Yeah, okay, and then 5 to me, yes.
Yep.
yes.
Does Beacon of Hope not give 4 extra healing?
No,
Beacon of Hope makes it max.
Oh,
Yeah,
and it was
that's
already
full
max.
he just rolled max.
Can you do that without Beacon of Hope up?
No.
I assume you inch the spiritual weapon ever closer to this goblin.
Yes.
I'm gonna be so annoyed if the spiritual weapon gets there and kills it before I can.
Yes.
I mean, the
and,
spiritual
yeah.
weapon literally can't keep up with the goblin, but you know. So Alquil, you are
But
conscious. You're prone.
I'm also moving it closer to Guh in case somebody takes it the fuck out before I get there.
Yep. The Shade attacks the last goblin.
No!
Yep. Yep. There goes.
Fucking
I'll get up and I will just like
Good hit.
yeah, I'm just kind of pissed.
Smite it for Smiter.
I only have 1 spell slot. I don't know. I'm keeping in
Oh,
case. it
you
goes
have
to-
one. You have
Yes.
one. Nice. I have nothing.
For
Yeah,
the
that's why
boss
I'm
fight.
keeping my- That's
Do you
why.
want Harshnag
That's
to
why.
die?
In case somebody goes down, I can cure wound them. So
That's what
that's
was
10
mine was
plus
for as well. So
10 plus 7,
Okay.
and 14 plus 7.
All right. And with
Surrender.
the second swing as you like slam into her, kind of like cutting your sword across her immense bulk. You see like she's taking like a pretty big beating, like as much as like one of the normal hill giants as at this point. And you see like her like she begins to like fall back. And then just kind of like stops, her eyes like rolling back up in her head. And for a moment, everything is still, and you feel like almost like this sense of like pride and perhaps like you have won. But then you notice that the The hill giant's flesh begins to squirm and steam as the giant in front of you rapidly sheds weight, and the folds of her belly fat peel back like massive lips as the skin splits open, revealing this horrific tooth-filled maw. This long tongue lolls out from the newly opened mouth, and you hear the chief's scream echo from within. "You make me hungry! Me eat you now!"
What the fuck?
Round 2, fight.
As
Yo, I think Baelish Gaunt did something to her.
He touched her.
Blessing and Grulantor, what?
yes, and you feel this divine energy radiating through her.
105 hit points.
I think that's normal hill giant hit points.
So. Movements can increase by 4 feet and occur like to 15. Oh no!
What the fuck is going on?
Why can't it just be over?
Because it's a boss fight.
It even says what the AC is. That's nice.
All right, and now she is going to attack. Her mythic trait active. So she is going to make 2 attacks first and foremost. One at you, Alquil. Actually, she's going to do the first one at Harshnag if you want to.
Yeah, protect.
Okay. Disadvantage. That will miss. Her second attack will be at you. You see, she swings her great club at Harshnag, and then the massive mouth, like the tongue, kind of like lashes towards you, and the mouth moves forward, attempting to sort of swallow you and bite down on you.
She's a frog. She's a frogger buff.
No. A 25.
She regains hit points.
You take 20 points of damage, and she would regain hit points if she had any to regain at the moment.
Ow!
And then, because it is charged, you see the mouth, like, after it bites you and, like, reels back, you see, like, dragging, like, pieces of your armor and flesh with it, crunches it up, and you notice this, kind of this, like, putrid bile almost, like, building up, and then her stomach, like, expands open, and this wave of, like, putrid bile spills out from within the mouth. And let me see
fucking
here.
Disgusting.
5, 10... so I need Alquil, Harshnag, Xeric, and Alexei to make a Constitution saving throw as this there's this cone of like acidic bile pours out from her.
Is it poison?
It is not.
Check out Briork's thing again for me.
Yes, Briork. He lets you. He doesn't do anything that will help you in this case.
Fucking hell, Briork. What can you do again? Alarm, snare, phone clamp, long strider, find traps, lesser restoration.
Yeah, so
Briork.
He's not a very much like he got Zephyr Strike, so if you're like screwed and like surrounded, you can run away, which is nice.
You need to roll mine, Brad.
Okay. Constitution saving throw. Oh, you're proficient. What are you whining about?
Because I never roll well.
So you will all succeed then.
I'm feeling like I'm going down again.
So you all take half. So 16 points of acid damage from the stomach acid. Wow, go figure.
And
Right.
the Lucas Shade disappears.
Yeah, that will kill the shade. Xeric, go ahead and make a DC 16 con save. Because Beacon of Hope is concentration, right?
Yeah, well, actually, I'm just gonna... Yeah, I will concentrate on it, but...
Okay, you're good. And then Alexei will have to make one as well for Enlarge Reduce. Which she maintains.
It's okay, you may be down, but you're still big.
And that is her turn. There are no more goblins. Harshnag is just going to say, "What foul trickery is this? I see The gods' blessing. We must defeat her quickly. He is going to attack twice.
Come on, crit or something, my dude. We need you.
Hitting both times. 44 points of damage.
Time to track damage.
Remember, she regains half of any damage that she deals.
And then...
With that ability, anyway.
At the end of Harshnag's turn... just because it's fun. Chief Guh is going to spend all 3 of her legendary actions and use her mythic action, Consume the Flesh. And you see the tongue lolls out, grabbing around one of the hill giant corpses and pulling it into the maw to be consumed in this voracious feeding frenzy. 10d12.
I thought it was gonna be you too, Thor.
I know. I was like, this is it. This is how it ends.
This is how Alquill goes. Like, not in a blaze of glory, but.
And she regains 32 hit points.
And he still has that spell slot.
Well, yeah. The spell slot was in case somebody like went down.
Yeah, you did.
Past experience should have taught you for. That's always you.
Alexei.
Yes. I wish to move, like, to the top right to try and avoid any future acid spillage.
Any acid reflux. Maybe up by this, like, pit over here. Or, well, probably, like, not next to it. Like, there. That look good.
Oh, the screen share on 4 is bit's getting...
Yeah, because I was doing stuff.
Arrow direct me, Brad.
Well, your current position there would be where I...
Yes. Right, there we go. It just synced up. Alright. What are my first level spell slot options, Brad?
So your first level spells that you have are Burning Hands, Catapult, Mage Armor, and Shield. And you have 1 spell slot left.
God, Catapult's the only thing that I can do anything with. And even then, it's... Fuck it! I don't have anything else other than Firebolt. I'm just gonna Catapult Chief Guh. Of course, avoiding any allies.
So you pick up this nearby piece of refuse and fling it at the chief.
Mm-hmm.
Dex save. Fails. So the catapult, last spell slot. 16 points of bludgeoning damage. As it slams into her.
Oh yeah, these are the pits that go down to the basement, aren't they?
They are, yes. You can hear the like loud squealing of pigs down below. Xeric.
I'm gonna cast.
You don't have any spell slots left, do you, Xeric?
Huh? On Alquill. And then I'm gonna kind of step on him a little bit. Yeah, I know.
Uh-oh.
You're not going anywhere now, Quill. Stop trying.
That is not my like. If I roll a 20, I could get up.
Yeah, but if you roll 2 once and you don't share what you roll, I can't just heal you up. So you know, in this scenario, my guy would have done that because I'm not taking the chance that you might hit. Can I reach Guh from here?
From that square, yes.
Good. Okay, so fair enough. And I'm gonna move the up and attack Chief Guh. I'm just gonna find the fucking attack again because I can't roll it out. So I need to find fucking repeat spiritual weapon. There we go. Submit. Huzzah!
Unfortunately, that will
It's
miss.
a miss.
Why, God? Why?
Alright, Alquill has been stabilized, much to his chagrin.
Yeah.
Chief Guh.
Looking down at Alquill, do I see that he has some potions laying about on his armor?
Brad, do I have any potions?
I don't think so. I think you've used them all.
Fuck.
I have a bunch of empty bottles.
You have a
bottle
potion of
water,
poison resistance. And a
Okay.
potion of mind reading.
A brooch of featherfall, fine clothes, movable, a poison of poison resistance. No, I do not. I have 2 potions on me, but they don't look like potions of healing.
Alright. Well, either way, Chief Guh's turn does not recharge. So she's going to make 2 attacks against Harshnag. Greek Club. Whiffs. And then the bite attack. Manages to chomp into his arm. Doing 22 points of damage and healing for 11 hit points.
Oh,
If he dies, we die. Okay, that's.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm looking at here.
I have nothing except just whacking.
Yes, so Harshnag kind of like lifting his axe again, like taking these blows, and he says, "Foul creature, avail yourselves of what gods you may. They will not help you here." And he is going to swing twice.
God, he's cool.
Hitting both times. 2 hefty blows. But Chief Guh manages to resist being stopped by these blows, and then at the end of Harshnag's turn, she is going to use 1 action and use her Ravenous Feasting to make 2 bite attacks against him. Both of which hit.
Oh no.
Fine, so they regain 18 hit points.
No, 9, half.
Well,
Yes,
9
but
twice.
hit twice.
Oh yeah.
Thor, how's it going?
28. 28
Season
left.
28.
Yes.
Sure, she was on 10 points when she was fucking hell, man.
Yes.
Alexei.
Alexei,
Fireball.
whatever the fuck you have.
Fireball.
He literally has nothing left. Just Firebolt.
Yeah,
Firebolt all the way down.
I have a
Nope.
Warhammer.
I can't. I can't.
Do you have inspiration to spend?
Do I have inspiration spend?
According to this, no.
Yeah, I think I used it last session.
By inspiration.
What kind of shields are we having? Is it like one you hold, or is it like strapped
By
on?
inspiration.
Since it takes like an action to don a shield, it involves like strapping it and like actually
Brad, can I
securing
have
it.
Thor's inspiration?
I
How
guess.
long does it? How long does it take taking it off? Does
It
take
is an action
off?
to don or doff a shield.
Uh,
Yeah, I mean, if you want to give Alexei the inspiration.
Yes.
Sure.
I'm not using it right now.
Second fireball attempt.
That one hits.
16.
So 12.
12.
Yes. So it
and
hits
then,
instead.
spiritual weapon and whack-a-doodle.
Come on, Morton. More!
She's on
A
7.
spiritual weapon hit.
She's on 7.
Why? Dice, why?
All right. At the end of, we'll say, Zurich's turn, she is going to use her two remaining actions to use her Blasphemous Bile ability and recharge and use her Spit Bile. I don't think, yeah, nope. So just Harshnag, Alquil, and Zurich. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw. I guess Alquil, you just take a failed save and begin bleeding out again. Because it can't kill you.
Yep. Let's see. Failed save. Oh no, Sirak.
Oof.
Or what do you think your backup would be? Iron Man?
Would Lucas take a injury from me going back into death saves?
I don't think so.
Okay, good.
Okay. So Zurich, you take 28 points of acid damage.
I actually, I'll do the Constitution save because Sirif might take 20 or whatever from. Okay, thank God. It's only. No, because Lucas, I have Lucas' card, so so if he takes that much AOE damage, that's going to do an injury. But no, it's reduced to 14, which I think doesn't cause an injury.
Damage, and then Alquil, you are you are bleeding out again, so death save. No inspiration.
Yeah. No inspiration this time.
All right, Chief Guh is going to attack Harshnag. It's looking pretty rough. It's a miss. Then
let's see another miss. Come on.
The bite attack.
Come on.
Thor.
21. Yes.
Jag stressspiser på det starkt lök.
Does that hit Brad?
That does, in fact, just barely manage to catch Harshnag's arm as he tries to pull it back. A large chunk of flesh sort of like torn from his arm. And you notice like he begins to sort of like fall and then just like lets out this like cry, this like battle cry, and sort of rights himself again. Just barely holding on.
She's back on 114.
Is Harshnag's turn up next?
It is.
Come on, man.
Sort of with this like last like like exasperated breath, he is going to swing just in pure anger, basically, at this hill giant.
Breaking report: man
hits.
too angry to die.
And then the second attack. Let's see. That is a hit, and with that, the second swing shatters like through Guh's defenses, cutting deep into her gullet. You see the axe actually tears into where the skin has peeled back, gouging deep, splitting the upper lip, as it were, down the middle. And as she sort of recoils backwards, Harshnag reaches in, grabbing the tongue and like pulling it out, and you can see like stretching her like insides out as he like pulls this tongue with all his might and then chops it off with the end of his axe. And she just like writhes in pain, falling backwards, blood and bile spewing everywhere. She collapses into a heap at the bottom of the cart. And as everything is going on, he sort of just like is holding this tongue like bloody, like blood pouring down from the helmet on his head, and he sort of like looks around before like raising an arm in the air and just like letting out like a fierce cry of victory. We are going to remain in initiative for the time, as there is somebody who's not having a great time. So Alexei.
Yep.
My turn. I'm gonna cast. Yeah, you go first.
Yeah, I mean, you're just going to cast Spirit of a Dying anyway, but I'll break concentration on enlargement and just run up.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, so Xeric, you want to...
Cast Spirit of the Dying.
I'm sorry, but would you like to remain in death save so you can maybe roll 20? Is that something you want?
No, because we're not in combat.
Yeah, so
that's just my opinion when I'm in combat, that it's like I could roll a 20 in combat and get back up.
So yeah, as you do that, Xeric, you cast this spell, stabilizing Alquil. You can sense life still beating within him. Harshnag is just sort of like barely hanging on. Alexei seems like okay, but like depleted essentially.
Really out of breath.
And as you're taking in this moment, you suddenly hear echoing through the chamber this sound, this laughter. And you notice that Chief Guh, as she like collapses backwards, you notice sort of obscured by the necklace of weapons, there is a chunk of this like blackened looking ice-like material wrapped around her necklace, and you notice it begins to like glow with this energy that seems to like consume her body. And as you notice this, there's another glow sort of in the air just above the pit over here, and you see sort of like appearing in this like wavy form a figure in the air. easily recognizable as you have encountered him many times before, as Valish Gant, who is holding this staff, which, Alexa, you recognize as the staff, although it has been modified. There is a similar sort of like hunk of like blackened ice at the tip, and you notice that as Chief Guh is like falling backwards, her body seems to almost begin to deteriorate rapidly as the gemstone like begins to glow around her neck. I guess the remainder of you that are like conscious, like what are you doing in this situation?
I look at Harshnag and I go, I just grab Alquil's coloring, like, we got to go now.
Yeah, I like just flee.
And yeah, so
I'm
he just sort of
Alquil.
like nods and says, "We cannot fight whatever this is. We must retreat." And he just like grabs you to like help you like move faster. And he's going to make his way out. And as you do that, Alexei, I guess you're the last person who's kind of like acting under their own kind of a volition here. You see a beam of like greenish energy like begins to trail off of the stone around Guh's neck as her body is like deteriorating, almost seeming to be like absorbed into this crystal. And you watch as there's like this energy trailing from that crystal into the tip of Valish Gant's staff. And as this is happening, the black crystal is slowly transitioning to green. And you like hear this laughter, and as you're running away, you hear him and said, "I knew you were fit for the job, Crystal Crusaders. We thank you heartily for your contribution." And then he just sort of disappears as the gem turns fully green.
Is the gem still there?
No, the one on Chief Guh's neck has like disappeared, and Chief Guh's body is just like gone. Like it's just not there.
Oh,
It
so
has been
there's,
like completely
nothing.
absorbed.
There's like nothing left there.
Yeah, there's nothing. And in fact, like looking around, there's like nobody left after this figure just disappears.
Wait, I like you know, as I sort of like catch up on them and see they're gone. It looks like he's gone.
And with that, I believe we shall call things here for this week. Next week, we will find out what happens later. Thank you all for playing here. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. And I guess next week, who wants to do the recap?
Fuck.
Guess it's my turn.
I suppose so, James.
So are you gonna be the one talking about how we got our asses handed to us?
What are you talking about?
Don't talk.
We killed Chief Guh.
You
That was
won.
the main objective.
You won.
We won.
Yeah, so with that,
Whether winning was good or bad is yet to be seen, but we won.
we have we will call it here for tonight, and we will see you next week, same time.